Hello, all you powerful people out there, and welcome back to the PBGO podcast. We got me, myself, and I, which is Ness. I have DarkPitt in the chat as well. ManiacalMatter, as always, and BigKirby,
as always.
And as a special guest this time, we have K-Rex.
A stranger named K-Rex.
Really today we have a few things we're going to go through. I'm going to let Maniacal kind of take over and let him, basically ask the questions. We'll go around, share some stories, have some fun. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, so this time around I kind of wanted to do a little bit more of a planned thing and actually created a whole new channel in our Discord for the whole planning process. So one of the big things for this one was I wanted to make sure that we actually had some subjects to talk about, and I have a good 5. One is a common theme from most of the ones that we've already done, and then all the rest are just kind of like random things that I picked up along the way as, hey, we can talk about this, we can talk about that. So starting off, I was just going to say let's go down the list and ask everybody how they're doing, how they've been, what's new with them.
All right, BigKirby.
There we go.
What's been going on?
What's been going on with me, man? Work, and more work.
True. And that's why you guys haven't seen much. I mean, me and Kirby have been doing some live streams here and there. But I mean, things are just hectic right now. That would be the thing, right, Kirby?
Yeah, crazy.
Few and far in between.
And next up, K-Rex. What's been going on?
Oh shit, we're choosing me now.
Well, sorry. Okay, first off,
I thought Kirby got to pick.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright, so K-Rex.
Yeah.
Do you want your name out there?
I don't give 2 shits.
Okay, so Kira.
Yep.
Yes. Go ahead and give yourself an intro, because this is your first time on one of these channels, and I think you've only been on a couple of videos of mine. I know that we've been featured in a few of your videos, but go ahead.
Who are you?
Yeah, give yourself the shout out and give yourself the whole introduction as to who you are and what you represent.
And what you play.
And your channel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, alright, so I am K-Rex from Kirasaurus Rex, from K-Rex Gaming. So if you want to check out that channel. I do a lot of World of Warcraft videos. So, just some goofing off and some mythic pluses, some raiding goof-offs. Once in a while I get together with these lovely guys to do golf with friends or cards against me, play some Uno. We have a lot of fun together. There's some videos of them on my channel, and then I'm only appearing on a couple videos on their channels, so give them some love, give me some love.
And what have you been up to lately?
Everybody loves some love.
Playing games.
Yeah, what have you been up to lately?
Oh, pretty much ever since I finished college in March, just playing a lot of video games and drawing.
Yay.
And I mean a lot of video games.
Yeah. Cool.
Lately, I've just been playing World of Warcraft like normal. Been playing some Pokemon, playing some Zelda. Got to the old school games of Mario 64 and stuff.
Good old yesteryear.
Yeah. My childhood right there.
Good old teens for me.
Alright.
The old man.
So next on our list, Mr. Maniacal.
Oh jeez. Well, I got a huge.
Rick.
I mean, if we're going into how I'm doing, man, I'll throw out some stuff on here. I'm probably gonna throw my my personal vlog or whatever. I'll throw my channel. I actually wound up having a panic attack. I think yesterday.
They suck.
Yeah, it was fun.
They do suck.
But no, it's like I usually don't have those. Like it's just it doesn't really bother me. But I just think everything's actually gotten to the point of overwhelming me to actually get to having a panic attack. And well, I'll just go through everything. Work right now. I work a similar line of work to Kirby, and we both have fun doing that stuff. I'm sure Kirby loves his job.
Not right now.
Exactly his point.
Yeah, so I've been working a lot of extra hours, working a lot of crap jobs. People are idiots, so I wind up doing their job. They wind up taking my easy days, and that's yeah, that's not the big deal. The big deal is more just a family drama and stuff like that. Potential of being sued by family, which was a huge fun thing. And then
Sounds like my family.
I resolved all that luckily. And then just the idea of moving has been a huge pressure on me. And actually, the idea of starting a family has been another huge thing for me. So yeah, it's
family.
Yeah, scary stuff. Having a babby. It does not sound like the
Imagine having a little Maniacal running around.
That'd be awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe not for Maniacal.
Maniacal and
I love
Maniac.
it. I think, honestly, I think I'd be a really good dad. I'm looking forward to that part, but I just understand that the pressure of having a kid is huge.
I mean, if the kid was exactly like you.
The first 5 years.
I mean, you know it will be.
An awesome gamer.
If they listen to me and take my advice, they will go far.
Yeah, I highly recommend their children. Children do not listen to their parents.
Exactly. But beyond all that craziness, planning on moving soon, and I have about a week left of this job, and then I'm going to try to avoid working in the same line of work as long as I can avoid it, and then I'm going to try to be getting into an actual game design job if possible.
Yay! Sweet.
Hopefully I can find a decent company in Kansas, but who knows how that all goes.
Hey, if you find one, let me know.
Yeah, no joke.
Kansas. I don't think I've ever heard of any gaming companies in Kansas.
I haven't either, but apparently there's.
There might be.
Well, who cares what company, as long as you get a job with one of them.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
good foot in the
You gotta
door.
build up that experience.
Yeah.
Good foot in the door.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I've never heard of any companies based out of there.
Don't matter.
I never
As long
paid
as you get- as long
attention
as
to
you
what company's what, so it don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get your foot in the door and you do an awesome job and stuff, someone's gonna pick you up somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make a good name for yourself first.
Alright, whoever's next, you were.
All right, so next up is Pitt. All right, thank you, Pitt. No, go ahead, Pitt. Go ahead.
I already forgot what I was
You've
going
actually
to talk about.
you've had some stuff going on lately.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
That answers
Any
that.
input?
Talk about
Any-
anything that you want to talk about.
Any input right here that's been going on with you lately?
Yeah.
More medical issues. Sucks.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
All right.
Anything else, Ben? You've been playing anything that... No, we're not going to do that yet.
I've been wanting to play games, but you guys are never on.
Yeah.
Because Kirby's not on, because he's working, and so Ness doesn't get on, and Maniacal's been doing work too. So.
Okay, let me explain, because now it's my turn. See, now it's my turn.
Okay, go.
Shut your mouth, boy. It's
Go.
my turn.
Go already!
So, to explain why I haven't been on as much lately is, and there's just still a lot of stuff I'd like to play, and I'm trying to get videos out here and there as much as I can, but like Maniacal, like Kirby, I'm having some family issue stuff going on right now that's very stupid.
I can concur to that one.
Me and the missus, I don't know if you guys caught that in our last podcast, but I am now a married man.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. The big surprise. The big surprise from the first podcast. We didn't really make a big deal out of it because it was a huge thing in the first podcast. We're like, yeah, Ness has got a huge reveal coming up. And then we're like, oh, yeah. And
Forgot about it.
Yeah.
here we go. This is kind of what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I got married last December.
Which is freaking huge.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything's been going good. Just some things here and there, which is the family stuff getting in the way. Me and her are happy. We're trying to figure things out as far as what we're gonna do. And so, right now, there's a lot of stressful stuff going on that's we've been trying to work on, kind of thing. Not really me and her, but together work on. So that's a thing.
Well, the stress isn't between you and her, right?
Yeah, no, it's not between me and her. It's
Other people.
the stress getting to us.
Yeah, life. I get it.
Life
Yeah,
is
and-
easy as a couple.
Yeah, and
Well, it's a
so
partnership.
we're trying to figure all that out and work our way to
Happiness.
A, getting the hell out of here.
Yes.
B,
You're gonna leave me too?
Maybe not too far, but yeah, we're trying to get out of here. So yeah, there's that, and I like, honestly, I love playing games. It keeps my mind off of things. It keeps me not stressing.
It actually helps to clear your mind.
Me and Ness might be roommates again.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Me and Kirby might be getting a place, and
my brother from another mother.
Can I throw in a towel? Can I throw in a towel here? Because you guys wouldn't be roommates unless you're sleeping in the same room.
that's not how that term works.
Shut up,
Shut up, Pitt! I told you, boy, this is my time!
It's called being housemates.
This is my time. My time.
It's my time. It's my space. Anyways,
Old school.
yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, so basically, we're working on all that, and games help me with my stress and everything. That's why we live stream just on a random basis. It's not scheduled or nothing. Kirby gets home, he's like, hey, you want to play something? I'm like, yeah, you want to live stream it? He's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yep.
So, yeah,
They don't invite
that's
me.
basically it. You're usually asleep.
I put on the
You're
pressure.
usually never on.
I'm on all the time.
I'm like,
Any hoozle.
I'm on here at work.
everybody, like, it's like, all right,
We're all
everybody,
friends.
yes, it's time. Let's play some Rock League. We're gonna go. We're gonna get you gold. All right, you're gonna lose gold, but we're gonna get you gold again.
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I live stream more than I post lately, which I need to get back into editing. I need to, get more videos out there while I have free time. I've been looking for more work, and that might be a thing. Hopefully coming up. We'll talk about that later, Kirby.
Yep.
More work, you mean
And
actually?
yeah, just dealing with life and all this bullshit. So.
There's lots to go around.
And lately, like you guys have seen on my channel, Poke 1, Overwatch, GTA,
All kinds of
The
random
Crew
stuff.
2. I mean, we play it all. I try and post it all. And yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, next topic, Maniacal, take it away.
All right. So, when going through all the topics that I wanted to talk about, I started thinking about life and relevant things and stuff like that. I need to burp, but I'm not able to burp, so I'm gonna edit this little chunk out. But burp.
Was that it?
No, that was my burp. All right. So anywho, damn it.
I think you should leave it in.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe we'll see.
Just listen to this whole thing.
See how it goes.
Like a blooper reel.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, well, we keep doing that in the end
Nope.
anyway.
Cuts.
Usually a Pittism though.
No cuts except for
Like him hiding behind Walmart.
what? How you know about my hiding spot back there?
That shit was so funny.
It's out of nowhere.
I'm gonna recline.
Alright, so anyway, alright, so yeah, the topics that I kind of want to talk about, we'll start off with one that's kind of near and dear to my heart because it represents a lot of, progression as somebody who's trying to do YouTube or somebody who's getting out in front of people and somebody who used to be super shy as a kid who found a way to break out of that and no longer be the shy little person, but to break out and be the butterfly that I am.
Little Timmy Tam Tam back
Beautiful
there.
little butterfly.
But alright, so
You could have used gaming puns right there. How dare you, Maniacal? You should have said Shy Guy and Butterfree.
Back.
oh, there you go.
Not being a shy guy, be a butterfree.
Anywho, so the first topic I wanted to talk about was confidence and shyness, and basically, if you guys had any stories to throw into it to say, hey, this is when I was shy, this is, when I found my confidence or something like that, because I do have one story in particular that I wanted to share with this one. But Ness is the host of this podcast, so I will let him run the show on this one.
Well, how about you just take it away, and then we'll start going down the list afterwards.
Well, alrighty.
We've
Since I
already
did.
sparked our interest, so go ahead, do it. Do
Yeah,
it,
you
bro.
already planted the seed.
Alright, so growing up,
Giggity.
Leech seed. Leech seed.
Leech seed!
Little Maniacal's here already.
alright, so
I was waiting for the giggity.
little Maniacal, the child, if you will, he was a super shy kid. Now, I've never really considered myself to be very witty or anything like that. So I used to be pretty quiet. Like, everybody talked shit where I was from. That was like kind of the way that everybody talked to each other. And I was never very quick with the comebacks. So I was a giant, so I never got beat up or anything like that. I was a big guy. But a lot of what happened was a lot of people would just talk shit. And it kind of put me in a point of just like, if I try to talk shit back, I'm just going to get, beat down with words. So I was very quiet. And it kind of happened throughout all of my high school years, and even kind of into today. Like, people will be talking, and you'll hear me like not saying anything. And usually takes, I have to see a person's personality and actually break into like a conversation with them and actually find common interests and stuff like that, which is a whole huge, fiasco in its own. But I'll talk about the one point in time where I realized that I wasn't shy anymore, and it kind of like the click in my brain. So I was in the Army, and I just got back from my first deployment, and everything was, fancy, great, blah, 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 happy. I was in Germany, and we were going on training mission to Romania, Romania, where we were going to be advertising a lot of the American stuff like that, and I was going to show off the aircraft that we were flying and stuff like that. So I sat down, I memorized all this different stuff, and it took me... Well, okay, I'll start with the first part of the story. So my first sergeant came to me, and he's like, hey, I need you to teach the Romanians what your aircraft is. So he gave me this huge poster with all these different things on it. He's like, I need you to memorize this and read it back to me verbatim without even looking at the poster. So I was like, okay, there's like 40, 50 different little things I needed to know. And I was given like half an hour, so I was like, oh crap, how am I going to do this? Try to do the presentation, I locked up. I was like, and I had this thing click in my brain where after they came back and they're like, well, hey, if you don't learn this, we're not going to send you, or like, we have no use for you kind of deal. And I have a very competitive nature and stuff like that, so I tried to fight for my own ability to be the confident person that I am, and I decided that I was going to learn this no matter what. And I had this little thing switch in my brain where I just looked at this poster and I was like, I got it. I said it to myself like 4 or 5 times, turned around, they came back in the room, and verbatim, without even looking at the thing, I was like stone cold dead, just staring him in the face. This is this is that, and it flies at this height, it, the RPMs are blah, blah, blah. And it was beautiful. And then, all right, time moves forward, and I have all these high-ranking generals and stuff like that from Romania. I have the highest-ranking general from the U.S. Army, basically walking these guys around saying, hey, this is the, blah, blah, blah. And they walk up to me, and I'm the first person from my platoon to even say anything. And it's just one of those moments of, like, I was just stone cold dead, like, perfect. And I rocked it. And general...
Super proud of yourself.
Yeah, and basically, like, if you are somebody who's shy, and you're put up against a situation like that, you kind of realize, that, you're either going to completely crumple or you're going to succeed greatly. And, I don't know, just from that point forward, I've never had an issue with getting out in front of people. So, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to tell that story, because I feel very proud of that, and, I don't know, since then, I've always had that little switch in my brain from being the quiet, shy person to...
They broke you.
Well, maybe, but it's just...
It's not necessarily broken.
I know, but still.
But being overly capable of getting out in front of people. Like, in my speech class whenever I was in college, I got 107% because, honestly, I get out in front of people and I flip that switch and I'm like, here I am, you know what? I got it. If I don't got it, then at least I'm going to make myself look good. So
I'm going to talk to you people.
Yeah. That's my story. I don't know if any of you guys have anything kind of related to that. Any kind of like, are you shy? Are you confident? Do you have any stories of how you broke through that at all? Or
well, let's find out from Big Kirby.
I was a shy kid too, man. I was brought up by my parents to basically lie my whole life. And because the reason why I had to lie is because if I tell the truth, then basically they said I would get in trouble or cause something to go wrong. Or
that sounds really similar to me.
So I was brought up just to not say nothing or stay by myself, and then
You were secluded.
I was secluded my whole life, and actually I joined martial arts and when I was like 15, and I was kind of like the same situation you were. I was very competitive. If I did something, I wanted to succeed at it, and well, I had to become a teacher to get my high-ranking belt, and actually what broke me out of the silence mode, and that's where I got my big mouth.
Yeah.
I taught every day from 4-year-olds to 86-year-olds.
Yeah, you might have to be allowed for both of those.
Yep, and I had to get more confidence at it, and that's actually what kind of gave me a new, look at like a new look at life. You're like, hey man, why was I quiet my whole life?
It give you a big boost, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Carex.
Oh. Alright, well, like everybody else, I was a shy kid, but not for all the reasons. Well, I was mostly an extremely shy kid. I lived in a military family. I moved
So did I.
from school. I learned to just stop being a friend. Because by the time I got friends and got close to that person, we're picking up and moving at a new school. It became really hard to make any friends. I was always the new kid. I was always the smallest kid. I was really small. I could not measure up to anybody in my class. Shortest, I was the skinniest, easiest to do. But I was also extremely silent the entire time. I didn't start actually talking to people. Let's see, probably high school. I actually started to break out. Actually trying to talk to people. It was very few. It wasn't until I hit college where I finally started, I found common interest to talk to people. I pretty much bring up video games all the time. They get, if I get a good reaction out of them, yeah, we played this, we played this. Talk about something. And I can be open. That wasn't until college. High school, again, I was bullied. The gothic way. I was the freak of the school. And I didn't care. I had 4 friends in high school.
Good friends at least, huh?
Yeah, they're still close friends. Still good friends. Actually, just got to see them last week.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so college is basically where I learned to open up because I had to open up. Do these group projects and go out because we had a lot of outdoor, out of class projects. I had to document a lot of the game design. I had to document a lot of rocks and grass for texturing. That way we actually had our own textures to play with. And then to go out and actually draw people in the store. It was nicer having someone with me. Had to do it. So, pretty much my first college is where a lot of people made me break out. Because when I first got there, again, I was the youngest. I was the only girl. And I was the smallest. So it was so hard just talking to all these big military dudes that are in my grade.
You were also
I didn't say grade, but
you were also somebody who came from another school who had a new perspective, and you also had talent, so you earned a lot of respect.
Through that,
well, I'm not talking about my second college. I'm talking about my first college.
Okay.
My first college is where everything broke open. That was quite the interesting conversation. I sat down. I'm just kind of being silent in the back of the room doing my work. Got the whole class. We take a break, and people are coming up to me like, "Why are you so quiet?" I'm just quiet, and I don't know anybody, and you guys are all dudes. Not a single girl in this room.
I'm kind of intimidated.
Yeah, exactly. These are all big dudes. I'm gonna get murdered, aren't I? Middle of this is Madison. I'm not from Madison. Most I ever went up there is go to the... yeah, they all basically broke me out on purpose. Get me to talk to them and hang out more. Then I came out here to Colorado and I became shy again because I only knew the only person I knew in the entire state. That was a little intimidating. But the first day of school at my previous college now, since I just finished, First day of school, I was already talking to people that I could relate to. Pretty cool. So pretty much video games broke my shyness.
Yeah.
Fun to talk to. Like,
Well,
oh, you played this Pokemon, you played this Mario, or you played this. Like, you can always find someone who's played a Pokemon game.
Nowadays.
Well, I'll still stick with that. Honestly, I think you earned a lot of people's respect because you had talent, which I don't know if you kind of knew this, but the group that I was kind of with, we kind of veered more towards. Well, I don't know. We were the people that actually had talent. We were the ones who were trying to become something, while it seemed like there was a bunch of people just drifting through. They had no confidence in themselves.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of that in our school.
Yeah, and you had talent. I mean, you had your own, like, a quiet confidence. That's what I saw. But there was a lot of talent that I saw in you, and I think a lot of the other people saw it in you too. And I firmly believe that a lot of us wanted to be around other people who would bring us up and not tear us down. Somebody who we could learn from and actually share our own, skills with, and actually become a group that's, getting better and learning rather than, being drugged down and, oh man, school sucks, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, just get through it. Like,
No,
Don't say
but you're paying for it.
Well, it's college too. It's like you're paying to go there. Why not try?
Exactly. Otherwise you're using either your parents' money or
Yeah.
depending on who's paying for it.
I'm sure a bunch of them were riding on mommy and daddy's money.
I can tell you, like, the first few weeks, I was still quiet and shy, but I let my art speak. A lot easier to let people, like, engage how they are.
yeah.
Yeah, hi. Once in a while. So, yeah, I let the art speak for me. A lot easier than...
Cool.
Alright.
You kind of cut out there. I'm sorry. It went from I let my art speak for itself, and kind of went super quiet. So I didn't know if you're still talking, so I didn't want to interrupt.
I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
I hope he's recording all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, who's
Alright,
next?
next up
Ness?
is Pitt.
Oh man,
Yeah, let's go, Pitt.
I'm still super shy with low to medium confidence. I'm pretty witty. My best story is when I was in the hospital, I was sitting in a chair facing into my room, and my nurse came up behind me. He says, "So where's your pain at today?" Expecting a number 1 to 10. And I said, "It's right behind me." And my mom and me and the nurse got a good laugh out of that. So I'm witty. It's just I'm still real shy, and I've known Ness since not even middle school. What would that
Third grade.
be? Yeah, 3rd grade. And my family's moved around, but at least in the same town, so we got back together at high school.
Mm-hmm.
And good friends ever since 3rd grade even. I never really got into Pokemon and stuff, but Ness has got me playing the Pokemon, I believe, game. I don't like it that much, but I like some other games that we play every once in a while. And I guess that's about it for me.
Cool.
Alright. Well, I mean, personally, I think my wittiness has gotten better over the years. Like, I pull out some pretty good one-liners here and there. But overall, I still feel like I'm not the most clever of individuals whenever it comes to coming up with random, on-the-spot things to say. It's usually, a week later, I'm like, I should have said that.
I'm
Could have
exactly
said
the same
that.
way. I keep doing that.
Yeah.
Get into a situation, and I'm like, say something stupid where I think it's funny at first, then it comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh.
That sounded real dumb, yeah.
And then a week later, I'm like, I should have said this.
Yeah.
I just speak my mind. I don't care what other people think.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Continue with the same subject.
Ness can.
No, hold on.
Confirm
Continue
that
with
one.
the same subject. I remember this kid in high school was trying to fight me over something. It's like, dude, if I was going to talk shit about you, I'd talk shit about you right in front of your face. And then he pretty much realized that that wasn't me saying that shit. He just heard a rumor. So I talked myself out of a fight. He was a little kid too, though, so.
Totally want to kick his ass.
Pillow.
He was a tough little guy, but still.
Alright, Ness, it's your turn, man.
Oh, you caught me.
Yeah, we know you're trying to skip over that.
We see you trying to hide behind your mask.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm done. No, okay.
Just, yeah, leave it at that.
Yeah. I was a pretty shy, like everybody else, shy kid. Grew up in basically a broken home. Parents divorced when I was 2, all that fun stuff. So, I mean, I dealt with constant fighting. I didn't know really anyone. I had curfews and everything else. I was back and forth from house to house, so I didn't even really get to know even the neighborhood kids. Because, like, I was at my dad's house, now I'm at my mom's house, now I'm at my dad's house, kind of thing, back and forth. I would say, I was shy to a point, I will say, because, I mean, like, even to this day, I mean, I'm married now and happily married because, yeah, but, I mean, talking to girls, I mean, I was an adult and I was like, you have boobies.
And that's why he said, yeah, because he's married now.
But, basically, I've always had a problem with my confidence, so, like, even if I liked someone, I wouldn't say anything. I was very bottled up and everything else. And I was a little kid. I mean, I was tiny, like toothpick status. I had a little bit of tallness to me, but I mean, like the boys in our grades and stuff like that were always like bigger than me. So I'd get picked on and bullied and everything else. So that didn't help my confidence. I made my friends. They're basically other shy guys and stuff like that. Input photo here, Maniacal.
DarkPitt.
But like, I always had my little group, and we made each other feel worth something because we had the same interests. We'd talk about the same stuff, and you know, everything was cool.
Play similar games.
Yeah, stuff like that. Well, I mean, talking about way back in school before even video games was a thing. I mean, it's always been a thing in my life, but I mean, like,
well, similar games like marbles and everything like that, you know?
Yeah, all that stuff too, yeah.
Similar
And
interests.
playing pretend. But,
What's wrong with playing pretend?
Nothing.
All the time. Basically, though, around middle school, I hit my growth spurt. And I went from this itty bitty thing that was getting picked on to don't mess with him, he'll kill you. Because I mean, I just like quadrupled in size, both tall and out. I was 5'11" and 250 or 60 pounds in high school. Starting high school.
Yeah, I think me too.
And I mean, I started doing the weight training. I've never been really into weightlifting and stuff like that. I mean, I did it because my friends were doing it and it seemed fun. And I mean, why not keep health? But I've always been more into like art and gaming and that kind of stuff. And so that's where I really shone. And through my art and stuff, I met new friends and stuff like that. And I mean, like, we ended up having this little group. And even people I didn't know knew me because I don't know, it was weird. It's like I got popular, but not in a popular group for different reasons.
Not jocks kind of popular, but just a
good
handful of friends.
Yeah. And I mean, my confidence started rising around that time. Still was shy though, still never talked to girls. I don't know, it's hard to, I don't know.
Me too.
Like, I'm trying to remember, it's kind of weird. It's like, I had girlfriends, but it was because of how I went amongst getting to know them is how I got them to be my girlfriend. It was weird. You call it manipulative if you want, but basically I was able to find out almost everything I wanted to know about them without talking to them. I had connections like crazy. And
He did. He's like the hitman.
basically. But so like I had my few girlfriends here and there, but still like to walk up and talk to someone that I liked, I couldn't do.
I think me and you were about.
Could not do.
I think me and you were about the same throughout high school. Maybe 2 actual girlfriends the whole time.
I only had one.
Oh yeah. Okay, well I only had 2 girlfriends throughout high school.
But yeah, I want to say it was after high school. I was over 300 pounds. So still low confidence in my appearance and everything else. Everybody said, "Oh, you're just husky. You carry it well. You're not that. You're not that fat or anything like that." Because I guess I carried it well. I'm doing air quotes here. But
how tall were you for 300 pounds?
About 5'11" still. Yeah.
5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
300 pounds is pretty heavy for 5'11".
Yeah, but I guess because of how I was proportioned, I didn't look like I was that heavy.
I wish I was 5'11".
Wider shoulders and all that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, that's when I've always been into anime, but that's when I got into anime. Like I started going to conventions and all these little things, little get-togethers and stuff like that. And I mean,
joining clubs.
I never went to college, but I went to college. Because there's an anime convention that one of the colleges was holding in Fresno, which is in our area. Everybody knows we're from Cali. But basically, I went there with this group that I had joined, and it's kind of like a cult, and we worship Kita. And no, I'm kidding. But basically, I joined a local anime group, and we went to this college event, which was like a mini con. And I got so big into anime where I started memorizing like dances and stuff from the animes that the characters would do and all this other stuff. And they had a stage, and people would jump up and down and on and off the stage, dancing, having fun, and everything else. And if there was a song that I knew, I would jump up there, big 300+ pound guy myself, and do the dances. And I mean, like, just not give any cares because
fluently too.
You do that now.
Yeah, but I'm also not 300+ now.
Well, no, but you should see it when he's drunk.
Oh, drunk is fun. Drunk is fun. Anyways,
So what would you say is your moment of breaking out?
Breaking out is whenever I got, like, I guess mine was more slowly paced on working up my confidence, but getting into anime to where I joined the group and had like a family, if you will, because everybody was into the same thing. It wasn't like, oh, I can't say this around this person because I might get shot or I might get beat up or something like that, you know. It was, you know, if you had a dislike in an anime, like, oh, well, okay, well, let's find another anime that we can talk about, and there's always that. And I mean, it wasn't just anime. This group also did gaming and everything else, so there was that as well. So there was always something similar with this group that I was in, and I could be myself. I could be myself and not feel judged, and I think that's what broke me out of it.
Nice.
And I started going, you know what? I'm just gonna do me. And breaking out of it, like, completely, just like, okay, I'm good now. I'm still a little shy. Hence the whole mask thing and everything else. I don't know how people are gonna react to me, but I also don't care at the same time. I'm a little shy still.
Well, I'm not an expert on how guys look, but I don't think you're a bad-looking fella.
Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet.
Are you hitting on him?
You shouldn't have.
Oh, you know I am. Anyway, I got one more thing, man.
But basically, it was at that convention where I got up on stage. I actually initiated the dance. People I don't even know that wasn't even in my group, anime group,
dancing with you.
came up there, started doing the dance with me. Friends came up there, started doing the dance with me. And I mean, I was up there probably for a good 2 hours just dancing.
Nice.
How do you
Isn't there a video?
Did I get up on stage? I look like I'm just flopping my arms around.
I'm sorry to interrupt if I was, but isn't there still a video of you doing that dance somewhere?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Through the local mall?
So, all right,
No, that's a different one.
I got one more thing to add to this whole subject. So you guys made me think about it as I was listening to you. I think my biggest thing is actually doing the thing. Like, this is the biggest thing that makes me have confidence, because, I don't know, you tell yourself you can't do stuff, you tell yourself you can't do it, you can't do it. Like, going to the clubs when I was, like, 19 and in Germany, like, I didn't think I was going to get out of the dance club. I was never, like, confident enough to go do that, but I'd get out there, I'd, get a couple drinks in me, and I'd be like, okay, this is fun, whatever, like, swing my arms around a little bit, kind of do my little shaky dance, whatever.
Liquid confidence.
And one thing at a club, nobody cares how you're dancing, everybody drinking.
But yeah, it's amazing how many weird looks you get whenever you're dancing like a maniac, though. But,
Yeah, I know.
The big thing is Maniacal, you always dance like a maniac.
the big thing is that you do these things. I think that's the biggest reason I started doing YouTube, is put yourself out there and try to find the things that you're afraid to do, the things you want to do that you're afraid to do. Like, talking in front of people, like trying to become more confident in how you speak and stuff like that. That's my biggest thing right now, is I'm still trying to figure out, how am I going to talk in front of people? Like, I know I have a voice to get out in front and teach a lesson. Like, that's not a problem. But how do I get out in front of people and actually inspire them and make them feel
I
like
talk like a country boy.
Me and Maniacal over here tripping over our words and shit.
Yeah.
Which is what
That's basically where I'm at. I got on YouTube. I wanted to bring it out and have some fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I do a lot of collab stuff. I haven't done any solo stuff. Kind of where I'm still kind of shy.
I don't like
Kind
doing
of
solo
working
stuff.
out to do solo.
Why you get the editor out and you say, hey, I'm gonna record this, and if I like it, I'll edit it and see what happens.
That's what I've been trying to do. Kind of hard when you really don't like your own stuff.
confidence on YouTube.
Nobody
Okay,
likes their own voice.
here's what kind of broke me out. Because if you watch my earlier stuff, there's stuff where I don't even talk. There's stuff where I barely talk. I talk a lot now, and I think what kicked me out of the habit of not talking
Shut this guy
is everybody kind of went on a hiatus. They had their own stuff going on, so I did a bunch of solo play stuff. Like Kira's saying, she made this snap in my mind. I did a bunch of solo play stuff, and I had to learn to talk. I had to learn to try to keep the audience. And so I took that into the multi-gaming thing, and that's why I throw things around so often now. Like, just random shit.
I'm getting a little better. Like, there's a couple videos that I've done that I might put up here.
Well, I look forward to it.
Check
But-
out KRX Gaming on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for the
You know what? I haven't did it, but I don't even know if I'm
Shameless plugging.
subscribed to you.
Throwing plugs all over the place there, Ness.
She's in. If you go to my channel and you look at the sidebar, or if you go to the PBGO
You know, honestly, I didn't think
channel,
you had one.
sidebar.
I had one. Like, I used to have one back in, 2011 when I started.
Oh,
That
dude,
channel
yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Quote,
That
unquote.
channel got hacked into.
Oh.
No, it literally doesn't exist. Someone hacked into it. Deleted everything.
Boomer.
Back. I lost confidence about doing it again because of that issue, so I didn't come back until start doing it again because actually Maniacal here said, "Oh, I'm doing YouTube. I miss YouTube." Then I decided, well, Maniacal's doing it. I might as well come back.
Try it
Big
again.
weirdo
Let's try it
to do
again.
Yeah,
Is
this
it
big-
Which one is it?
I'm gonna go on Maniacals and then
Well, either way, the link will be in the description below.
I'm doing it right now because I feel bad I didn't have her on here. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
me too.
I have you guys.
See.
I'm subbed to you guys.
Now I feel really bad. Thanks.
Switch
I'm
the knife
subbed
a
to
little bit
both
more.
of you.
That's a lie. You don't have me.
Well, I don't have you because we
I
weren't
don't
you.
have a channel.
Oh, that's probably why.
There, I'm subscribed now.
All right.
It should be easy to find. It's the same picture I'm using here.
Yeah,
I think
gotcha.
that's honestly the main reason I started doing the vlogs too, is because I realized that gaming is one thing you can joke around with friends, and for me, doing the solo thing isn't hard because I mean I'm still working on the whole being a presence in front of a camera, but you develop a character in front of the camera. Like,
you like it or not.
Right.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I'm still developing the Maniacal character, but the vlogs are 100% me. Like, yeah,
you just need to be you.
Yeah, I put on you know, the whole announcer voice or whatever because I'm trying to speak to a camera, but everything I say is 100% what I'm trying to say. It's, you know, news and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's why I do the vlogs. That's my very main reason for that, is because I'm still trying to get past the idea of, you know, being shy and unable to, you know, share at least a little bit.
I gotta work my way up to vlog still. I gotta get past this solo stuff first.
Well, all of us can break our shell by next broadcast. We can all reveal our faces.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know, I'm kind of shy about that.
You're the only one of us that's actually shown your face.
Wait, he's showing his face? No, I'm kidding.
Maniacal face reveal.
3 years ago? No.
Alright, let's see.
Moving on.
What's next on the agenda?
The next one I had was pet peeves, and I chose this one because I don't know, I was listening to the radio or something like that, and I was like, you know,
I got a big one.
And pet peeves is a good one. For me personally, I don't really have very many. Most of mine are like just people trying to be annoying and chewing, like the sound of chewing or somebody doing something repetitive.
I hate chewing. Chew with your mouth closed.
Exactly. And that's my big pet peeve.
But some damn banners.
Yeah. So I figured this would open up the floor for anybody else who actually has a pet peeve that they'd like to talk about. Maybe they have a story behind it or not. So.
Okay.
I go first, and not really. The end.
My biggest one, I can't stand idiots.
Yeah.
That's pretty much anybody.
No, I really have a problem with idiots, and I'll tell them they're idiot.
Oh, that's true.
So
I can't control, like, I speak my mind and I don't care. So,
very rapidly.
Yes, I do, and these two can really, like, I just say it, you know? I say how it is. Why beat around the bush?
And I like that. What annoys me is when people beat around the bush and don't say nothing.
Yeah, just like,
I know you have something to say, just say it.
It's like I expect my friends to tell me how it is too, because how else am I supposed to know?
Exactly. How do you know you're being an asshole if they don't tell you?
Yeah. Of course, if they did say that, I'll be like, whatever.
Huh?
What about you, Kira? What's your pet peeve?
I have this biggest pet peeve of backseat drawing or backseat gaming.
People telling you how to do something.
Even though they've never done it.
Yeah.
The drawing one, the gaming one I can understand. There's always
Can you beat this level for me? No, that's not how you just shut up and let me do it.
Yeah, there was literally, the gaming part doesn't bother me as much. It's still annoying and it is a pet peeve. Because everyone has their own way of going about a game level. So them trying to tell me what their way is, it's like, well, maybe I'm having problems. I could probably introduce some of what they do into what I do. And it kind of helps, but also kind of doesn't.
There's a difference of trying to help and trying to, like, take over for you.
Yeah, the backseat drawing is where I get so fuming that where my face is turning red and you can probably see smoke coming out of my ears. I get so angry, like, behind me saying, oh, you shouldn't draw it like that, you should draw it like this. Like, oh, excuse me, can you draw? No? Then why are you asking me to draw this and you're telling me how to draw it?
I was really bad with that in college.
Oh, I get so upset. Like, I understand when a teacher... Like, when a teacher does it, it's one thing because they're actually trying to help you fix what's wrong that you don't see.
When it's a teacher, you don't have to do it too.
When it's a teacher...
When it's another student or, like, your friend or family member, oh, I get, like, fuming with, like, can you just let me draw and get the hell out of the room?
It's supposed to be my free time.
This is my stuff, not yours.
You know, I don't think I ever actually did that to you, though.
No,
I did that.
You've never done that.
Because you usually are, like, showing me up. Like, your character modeling and stuff like that.
Well, because I'm usually asking you, like, what seems off, because I always feel like there's something wrong, and I can't see it right away, so I get a second pair of eyes, and I'm like, what do you see that's wrong?
And that's usually where I thrived. It's like, okay, if you ask me what's wrong, I'll look at it, and I'll actually see it for what it is.
Well, yeah, because then I'm actually asking, like, what do you see that could be changed, not someone standing behind me the entire time and trying to point me in the direction they want me to go.
So we have to admit there was a hell of a lot of idiots in that school, though.
Oh my god! You know how many I wanted to punch?
Too many.
Probably most of them.
Too many to count. Okay.
Like I said, probably most of them.
I can count the people I did not want to punch on like my hands.
One hand?
Not necessarily. I think there's about 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
A little more than one hand, not by much.
All right,
But yeah, that is like my largest pet peeve. He's got something.
No, I'm actually trying to think. You guys covered
Most of it.
Right,
quite a little thing there.
I do have one more, so I'll let you think for another second if you don't mind.
Go for it.
My pet peeve is when people interrupt me. No.
My pet peeve. I don't have a pet named Peeve. I have a pet named Kimari.
Nice. But no, my big one is when people are just completely angry for no reason, or they portray anger as a sign of like confidence.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I was working with somebody, and it's one of my big things is I'm pleasant to be around. I try to be as pleasant as possible, at least, or at least quiet around people. And if you're coming at me and you're like the whole giving advice thing, I don't mind advice. But when you walk up to me and you're like, "What are you doing?" Blah 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 blah. Like you're just angry. That annoys the hell out of me. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, because that's not confidence.
Yeah, just being an asshole.
You're covering up your own insecurities.
I think that's one of my pet peeves because I've dealt with too many toxic leaders and stuff like that have completely just thrown themselves under the bus by, being complete dickheads in their free time, and then they'll turn around and be like, "Well, I know everything." Ha ha ha.
Oh, we've known too many.
I've got a quick question.
Egotistical jerks is what you're looking for.
Probably.
Exactly. That's what they're called. But my question is, was that through your military, or is that just basic everyday stuff too?
Started with military because I expected there to be at least a few assholes, but
yeah,
it started there because you realize
a few more than you thought.
Well, I mean,
military men are assholes.
Most of them, like the instructors and stuff. Yeah.
Like I was sent to advanced schools and stuff like that because I was actually good at my job, and I got back and I had all these leaders that transferred over from other jobs or MOSs, if you want to go military talk, and they were trying to tell me like all the stuff that I was doing wrong, and I was verbatim quoting like all these books and stuff like that. And as I was telling them, no, you can't do that because it's not in the rules. It's not that you can't do that because it's not, the next step in the process. We need to go by this. And they would argue with me and constantly argue with me about like, well, I know better because I'm a staff sergeant or something like that. And I'd be like, well, I appreciate your rank and I respect it, but we do have to follow the technical manual. Exactly.
Here's the book. This is how we're supposed to do it.
But no, it's just the big thing was the testicles. All right, Ness.
Making up for that.
Basically speaking on the same term, people with an ego annoy me just for the simple fact that it could be something that they don't even know about. And they're like, "Oh, I'm good at this, I'm good at that." And I'm like, "Really? You want to show
especially
me?"
when they're like, they've watched a YouTube video on it for like 5 minutes and now they're suddenly the expert.
Yeah. See, there's stuff that, like, I had to explain this the other day to people about there's egotistical, like someone with an ego, and then there's confidence. People with an ego think they know everything and try to better everybody.
It's a false
Meanwhile,
confidence.
people who are confident, it's a false confidence. Then again, there's people who have confidence who don't go around bragging, and they just do them.
They know how to
they're
do
good
it.
at it.
Yeah,
They're
it kind
good
of
at
sounds
it.
like
If they want to brag, they can, but they don't usually.
I always thought I was an asshole, but yeah, that kind of explains me.
The confident one.
Yeah.
Another one of my pet peeves is the sun. That shit just needs to go away. And then my third one would be Pitt. That shit just needs to go away. No, I'm kidding.
The joke.
I'm interrupting you.
But
Fuck you. And the sun can go a
basically-
little further away.
But basically, it's everything we've talked about. Like egotistical jerks, they just need to stop.
I got another one when you're done.
Oh, go for it. Let's see if I can relate.
I can't stand people that tell me how to live my life.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And you should know this one, Ness.
Yes, I was trying to stay away from the topic, but yes.
It absolutely drives me nuts. It's like I am who I am, and I will live my life the way I want to.
I'm gonna do what I want, when I want, and how I want.
I agree 100% with that.
Well, I mean, that's...
Well, that kind of ties in with the whole idiot thing that you said, because, like...
No, because there's some people that are not idiots, and they just still want to, like...
No, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like... Let's put it into this perspective. I'm not going to try to name any names or anything like that. Let's say someone that has grown up in a different time era than you, where things were, in a way, easier. Let's put it this way. Find a job. And they don't understand how things work now.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to find work.
Kind of like when
nowadays.
Say, hey, you need to go talk to everybody so you can get a job. It don't work that way no more.
Yeah, and it's not go pick up an application. It's get online and try and figure out where the hell it is to apply. Because everywhere, at least everywhere around here nowadays, they don't have paper applications anymore. It's not a thing. It's, oh, we have this little center over here if you want to sit down for half an hour or more and fill out all your shit, if you got your shit on you to even fill it out.
Yeah, I've also learned that it is not the best place to go to get a job. Sadly.
Damn!
It's kind of
fire, bro!
It's like my company. You have to, you can't do it either. You have to go online. And it's a pain in the ass to go online and try to find what you need to actually fill out the application. It took me like 2 hours to find what I had to do to apply for this job that I have right now.
Also snobby pricks.
Cool.
Which are most of the managers and bosses though nowadays.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about people living off of mommy and daddy's money.
Oh yeah.
I hate that shit. Oh, look at my new Mustang. Oh, look at my new Corvette. Did you pay for it? Oh no, I got it as a birthday present.
Look at my
Shut
new
up, you
truck.
little bitch.
Look at my brand new truck.
Be like, it must be nice.
Me, I'm over there. Look at my brand new truck. I just opened it off of the 36th anniversary Hot Wheels packet.
It's like when I went to school to get my Class A to get a truck driving license.
Mm-hmm.
There was this kid that was in the class, and his dad owned a trucking company.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all like mad because his dad forced him to go get this license because he said, you're going to work or you're not going to be living off of me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he was complaining. He had a brand new diesel truck that he was driving.
And complaining.
Everything was handed to him, and he was complaining that he had to work for his dad.
Dude, I would kill just to have a new car.
That's what we all said. We all looked at him like, you do not know what you have, do you?
Doesn't appreciate it, at
You
least.
gotta work.
Yeah.
He used to piss us all off. He used to piss us all off because he would just like sit there and complain and complain and complain. And it's like, you know how hard we have to work for what we got?
I would have throw punched the dude.
Walk up to
Honestly, I would have just like walked up and just straight.
One of the guys wanted to. We had to stop him. Because
I would have done it. There's no one stopping me.
Not me, because he was a stupid kid. He was like 18, and it's like we would have all wrecked him.
You're getting a chance of a lifetime to have a job that your dad's funding.
Like, you don't realize, like, your dad owns this company. Who do you think he wants you to take over for him?
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
training you to
Wake
have
up.
a future.
I think it's the big thing right there is just appreciate what you have and know that you have something more than you have the advantage.
Yeah.
It's like when
Yeah,
somebody
for sure.
helps me. It's like when somebody helps me and gives me a hand, man, I am so appreciative because, you know, I needed it at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But other people, they just can't grasp on that. That drives me absolutely nuts.
Well,
No,
there's
but
this
they're all with the sisters.
there's this saying about something like that. It's like you don't kick a gift horse in the mouth.
You don't kick it.
That's what they're saying.
I don't know. That's a saying, I believe.
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Oh, okay.
Do you know where that saying comes from? I don't think a lot of people actually know where that saying comes from.
I don't think he does.
Nope.
All right, so whenever
I
you go to buy a horse, you check its its fur. You check, make sure it's it's pooping right. You make sure all these different things, and you check its teeth to make sure that its teeth are still healthy and they're not rotting out.
Here comes the country boy out of Maniacal.
No, actually, I learned this through my years of wisdom. By being gifted a horse, if you start checking it for faults,
it's yours already, though.
Well, exactly, but no.
But saying upon retrieval of said horse,
and you start judging it based off of, still receive the gift, appreciate the gift. Don't look it in the mouth and say, hey, this is not good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where that's saying.
Take it back, peasants.
Yeah. But on the subject of pet peeves, I know that we could probably go on and on and on.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on. I got one more. I'm looking at the show notes right now. What kind of bugs are you wanting to discuss?
No, all right, so that's
insects or.
So if you look up about 4 or 5 posts, you'll see my last one. And, spiders and other creepy stories we can tell.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is.
Okay, hold on. Go back to pet peeves.
Oh my god.
My pet peeve is shit that gets dirty that's hard to clean. Like right now, I'm taking my keyboard apart because I was trying to clean it and with a toothpick, banjo pick thing, and part of it broke off on my underneath my left arrow. So if you expect me to type anything anytime soon, it's not gonna happen.
That's why you buy the spray, bro.
Cano Air.
Spray.
Well, Cano Air doesn't get sticky stuff off your keyboard.
Whoa! Moving on to bugs.
We don't need to hear that.
I eat at my desk.
That's not the
I'm
point.
sure you do.
What do you eat?
Why do I eat?
Butter,
No, what do you eat?
Oh,
peanut
food.
butter.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what this is, but it looks like that.
We all wonder about you.
Barbecue chicken.
Peanut butter.
Alright, we're done.
Anywho, so bugs is basically everybody has a story about
chicken.
everybody has a story about all these creepy crawlies and stuff like that, and I'm pretty
Can I
sure
open
you guys.
this one?
Yeah, it's more than fine. I'll just do the
No.
little bits.
Let him do the thing.
No, I'm not gonna let him do the thing.
Do the thing!
So
What are the points?
Do a flip!
the points don't
Do a
matter.
backflip!
So yeah, everybody has a story to go along with. That's why I chose like 2 of the things I chose. Everybody has a story about bugs, and everybody has a story about the other subject, the next subject. Or maybe they don't. Who knows? But yeah. So go ahead, Ness. You have the floor.
Have the floor.
Okay. The reason why I wanted to open this one is because of how scary not really bugs are, but knowledge and knowledge upon said things. Because looking back at my kid self and stuff, I was playing with insects, I was playing with spiders, I was playing with all of that, And it was only until I started to learn about them and learn what could happen and learn all this stuff that I was like, yeah, that thing is like maybe an inch big. It's too big. No, keep it the fuck away from me. And I'm just like, it's like once you learn about it is when the fear of these things kick in and stuff like that. I don't even know what spiders they were. I used to let them crawl on me and play and stuff like that. And just worms and stuff like that. Who can find the biggest worm and all this stuff? And
Giggity?
And it was giggity times 10. But it was once you started. It was the knowledge. Once you started to learn about things. Like right now, I have arachnophobia. I know I do. I fucking hate spiders. But as a kid, I didn't know what the hell it was. I was just like, it tickles when it crawls on me. And so in a way, it's almost like knowledge is what is the scary thing here.
It's true.
And even with arachnophobia, now that I'm married to someone who also has it, I gotta man up. I gotta man up.
Who kills the spider?
I do. I don't like
When
it.
you get that aerosol a lighter.
Get some hairspray and a match.
Nope, there goes
Do that,
the house.
you burn the house down.
But
Aquanet.
so yeah, that's a balance between what I think of this subject, what I think about it all in a thing, and a little bit of a backstory is I wasn't afraid of any insect or any spider or anything like that. I would have fun with mosquitoes, making them pop.
What?
But then once I learned that, oh, they're sucking blood. Well, yeah, I knew that. But they're sucking any random person or thing's blood and could carry disease. Oh, well, now keep them the fuck away from me. Kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you got a pool in your backyard.
So I want to say that being afraid of insects or arachnids or whatever is something that's developed. It's not naturally there.
Maybe.
It's debatable depending on the person.
Yeah, depending on the person, yeah, I understand. But I'm saying in most common society, people are afraid because of the knowledge they have upon it.
It's either the lack of knowledge or...
There are some things that people are afraid of because of a natural instinct to be afraid of.
Oh yeah, like mustard.
Well, usually it's like the bright-colored frogs. It's naturally like to be afraid of those because they're not supposed to be that bright colored, like the poison dart frogs. You're like, that's too bright. You got to stay away from that.
Yeah, I don't know. What I'm saying is, well, the whole natural thing is, I'm gonna throw this out there. On the movie Jackass, Rake had a phobia of mustard. So what they do? They covered him in mustard, and he freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I understand that there's people out there with certain things that they just can't. They just can't.
Some people, it seems illogical, but
the guy's name that was terrified of snakes. They tortured him.
Mm-hmm. That's what Jackass was about. It was about
he tortured him.
I know, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna add on to Ness's arachnophobia with a story of my own arachnophobia.
Oh, I got one too.
So do I.
So, there's a reason I'm scared of spiders. I grew up in southern Georgia, border between Florida and Georgia. We had lots of black widows and brown recluses everywhere.
Sounds like here.
And
no,
my mom's always been terrified of spiders, so when she was scared, I would get scared because I'm like, well, mom's not scared of that many things. Must be a scary thing. So I grew up with like black widows in my bedroom, and one time I woke up on the top of my bunk bed, seeing a black widow coming down from the ceiling toward my face.
Oh God!
I screamed, rolled out of the bed, and this bunk bed was one of the ones where the bottom bunk was larger than the top bunk.
There are queen size and twin size.
Yeah, I ended up landing on the railing of the bed, and I didn't care. Like, I felt nothing in that moment. I got the fuck off the floor, took off into my mom's room, and screamed, there's a spider on the ceiling. It almost got me. It really was, like, maybe half a foot away from my face. That's too close as a kid.
Yeah.
And I just took off, and we've had, like, 4 to 5, like, black widows in the house at a time. And so many brown recluses hanging out outside the apartment. And then, of course, there's me playing with the snakes perfectly fine. I fucking love snakes. But I hate spiders. And I also... Second thing I'm scared of is bees. Bees and wasps and hornets. Because...
they're just no fun.
A lot of people in my family are deathly allergic.
Yeah.
I've never been stung, and I'm avoiding it at all costs. Yeah, I've been very careful. I don't know how I've never been stung. My sister's been stung like 3 times.
I'm allergic and I've been stung I don't know how many times.
These are
my sister's been stung at least 3 times. Twice in one day.
I sat on a bumblebee when I was a kid.
Ouch.
Yeah, I didn't have anything hurt me. And I got lucky. I don't know how I haven't been stung yet, but not yet.
Well, see, that's a logical fear because you're allergic to them.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never been stung. My sister's not allergic, but she takes after my dad's side. My mom's side is the deathly allergic, and I take after my mom's side heavily.
It's something that, nobody really enjoys. It's not something to enjoy being stung.
No one likes being stung.
Nobody likes being stung. No shit.
Except for the guys on Jackass.
Yeah, on Jackass, they probably have fun with that shit because they're getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
I'm getting about $1 million for this bee to sting me in the dick? Okay.
God, no!
I'll do it.
You're getting paid like $1 million.
For $1 million, yeah.
I'm not taking you to the hospital.
Those fools are all heavily insured, and you know it.
Exactly.
So if you have high insurance plus $1 million,
off subject. Did they ever get that car out of that guy's butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got it out at the hospital right there.
Yeah, that happened in the movie, dude.
Yeah, they just took an X-ray and then they pulled it out.
I wasn't looking.
As a matter of fact, didn't they throw it at someone and hit him in the face or something?
They did.
Anyways, yeah.
I've been stung by wasps and it's not fun.
Yeah.
And my sister said it wasn't fun. And I was like, I don't envy
Wasps
you
don't
for fun.
sting, they bite.
Well, not this bit by whatever. You know what I mean? Don't get all technical.
All right, I want to go last for this one because I have 2 stories that I want to share.
Okay, then I'll tell my story. I can't stand spiders. I'm not like terrified of them, but I can't stand them.
So get out of my
See a
house.
grown man freak out, put one on me. When I was a kid, it's kind of the same story she had, but when I was a kid, I was on the top bunk, and literally, I'm not kidding. One night I woke up, there's a big old black widow crawling down the side of the wall.
Ew.
So, of course, you know, I freak out, and then I was like, I try to find out where it went, couldn't find it, so I slept on the floor. And then, okay, so the next night I went to sleep, the same spider crawled down the same wall. It did it for a week solid.
Who's saying hi?
I think I was like 7 or 8.
He was just saying hi.
Oh man,
I don't care if it's saying hi. I'll be gone.
Yes, me too.
Go ahead and say bye, huh?
I was so sleep deprived and I was scared. I was like, where are all these spiders coming from?
The attic.
We were in an apartment. So that's where I came arachnophobia, man. I can't stand them.
That was a good movie, though.
But like, I'm not terrified of them. I'll squish the suckers, but you put one on me, then I'll freak out.
Well, I mean, like, depending on the size of the spider, I am able to squish them by myself. But if they're, like, larger spiders, like, larger than, like, a dime...
I say size and location.
We have brown recluse over here that are size like $50, man.
Well, I'm talking about, like, a dime just, like, by their body, not by their legs.
Oh, no, body. That's how big they are over here.
Yeah, fuck that. If their body is bigger than the size of a dime...
Up to the mountains, you can find some tarantulas.
Some family of mine used to live out in the country here, and I used to go stay over there, and that's when I used to smoke, and I had a lighter on me, and I used to torture them by setting their webs on fire. And these suckers.
Yeah, you can't do that with a tarantula. And back up where my aunts and stuff lived, they had tarantulas.
That's when I'll be out.
That's not taking off.
My cousin actually trapped one and kept it as a pet.
No.
They were wild tarantulas. I mean, you would see the holes dug by these tarantulas all around the place.
I would tell them, "You are a fool. I am leaving."
My dad had a tarantula as a pet, though. He called it Morticia.
Awesome name.
Still had, I mean, my grandmother has the skin now, but it was a pretty cool thing.
Skin?
Yeah, like the shedding of one.
Yeah, they shed their skin.
She's just about fainted right now, dude.
I didn't faint. I'm about to gag.
I kind of got the willies right there.
Yeah.
I definitely got the willies. I got chills going down my spine right now.
Somebody walked over your grave.
Alright,
Even like a spider
Not
that
even
can eat
dead.
a bird.
No, that saying means somebody walked over your grave. So wherever the point that you died, somebody walked over.
Creepy. Love it.
That's what that means.
something like that. Anyway, Pitt, did you already go?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you didn't? I thought you did.
Nope.
No, Kirby win. I win.
Okay, on my keyboard. Anyways, I also don't like spiders. I remember one time my family was camping at Pismo. You know, I was walking along a butterfly trail or something like that. Maybe a little off the path. But, I looked at my shoulder, there's this big ass, I don't know, I'd call it like a banana spider, because each leg segment looked like a banana. But, you know, then again, I was like 14, and I screamed like a little girl and ran away. Other than that, yeah, I don't like
I would have
spiders.
taken off.
Yeah, I do.
I would have ripped my shirt off and took off without a shirt. I wouldn't care.
I can't stand snakes because I lived in Oklahoma, man. I almost got bit by freaking water moccasins. I don't know how many times.
Fuck those guys.
See, that's where my mom was like always terrified, because I still, to this day, like as a kid, love playing with snakes. But I always played with
kind of snakes to play with.
I played with the black gardeners.
Giggity.
my mom, we all constantly lived by like rivers and streams and stuff because we're on the Florida-Georgia border. There's like a river nearby.
Yeah,
like
there's
everywhere.
always a river nearby.
So she was scared of getting getting bit by a water moccasin because I had misinterpreted it as a black gardener.
You can tell by the mouth.
Well, once they open their mouth, it's a little too late.
Well, I was a kid and I already studied snakes and biology and all that stuff, so I understood what was a water moccasin, what was a black gardener snake.
Yeah.
If it didn't look like a gardener snake, that means go away, because I've never seen a water moccasin at that point.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't look like a gardener, I'm gonna step back, because that means I shouldn't touch that one.
Yep. Sounds logical.
I was logical as a kid, because I didn't have anything better to do.
Water moccasins look mean.
We had a big python.
Pythons are fun.
Or constrictors.
Yeah, we had one as a pet.
Yeah, I used to have a boa. Big ass fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That thing got to like longer than me and my sister put together, and he was still just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
He had to stay in my room. My mom wasn't happy.
Oh, we let it
was
free roam.
terrifying.
We let it free roam. I mean, it was part of the family. It actually made its own little like hidey hole up underneath the couch. It'd come out and just wiggle around and then go back.
Yeah, my mom would not let it roam, so we would only take it out when she wasn't home.
Sneak
She
them
left
out.
for work.
Let's play with our snake.
Oh, I would have tortured her. I would have tortured her, man. I would have bring it out every time she's home.
No, she would have made it go away.
It would have been.
So I knew better. Plus, we also had kittens. Not allowed in the bedroom because the snake was in the bedroom.
Cats
I
and
don't know.
snakes.
My mom wasn't really afraid of anything.
Cats and
Yeah, we never-
snakes. They don't really
Yeah, we
mix that well.
never let the snake leave the bedroom, so
Ours
that was
did.
fine. Yeah, well, you also didn't have kittens.
Had.
I had two tiny kittens that the snake would have
Exactly had.
No, it's like even the cat and the snake, and even the kittens and stuff and the snake would get along. It was weird. It was like a family type thing.
You got lucky then, because that snake was eyeing those kittens through his cage.
If you keep it full, it won't strike.
Or vice versa, the cats.
See, now we also had rats at the time,
Oh god.
so we had plenty of food.
Snake
for
food!
Yeah, we had plenty.
Yeah,
of
we
food
had
for
plenty of rats, because that time when we didn't have the snake, we lived by a field.
Oh,
There were field mice and rats everywhere.
wheat field and stuff like that, yeah.
It was so easy just to go out and find food for it.
Put it in a live trap. Make it fun
Yeah,
for
we
them.
had like one of those squirrel type traps where it would like shut behind them instead of actually like hurting or killing them. Send them to it. Alright, time for you to suffer here instead.
Because snakes like to play with their food a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, alright, well, I saved you in not killing you with the mouse trap where it snaps on you. You're just gonna be in a cage for when the snake tries to eat you.
Yeah.
Or when the snake trap snaps on you. But alright, getting back on topic, Maniacal said he has 2 stories.
Yep, I have 2 stories. The first one was actually from when I was in Romania, so we're going back to that time frame.
Romania.
Yeah, we were doing a bunch of training and stuff like that. We were out in like the country fields. We get the skellies,
Please don't be them.
gypsies and stuff like that. So there was a bunch of like sheep and stuff like that. It was okay. Common bugs, mosquitoes, all that stuff. It wasn't too crazy. And I remember one time I was just out in the middle of the field, and all of a sudden I felt like something land on my back, and I was like, okay, what the hell is this?
That's a big ass mosquito.
Well, no, it was like, okay, there's like a bunch of grasshoppers and stuff like that jumping around, so I was like, okay, it's probably just a grasshopper, it's not a big deal. But then it bit the back of my neck.
Oh.
So I reached back, grabbed it real quick, it looked like a grasshopper, but it also had like these teeth that were like, I don't know, how do I explain it? Basically,
Like
Terrifying in a bottle.
take 2 like rigid saw blades, put them right next to each other, and make them like incisors for the mouth.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what the hell this thing was. I can't even find it today in the book of things. I might have got bitten. Some alien bug, I don't know.
And that
You
explains
could have been
a
the
lot.
one that discovered that bug and told scientists, like, hey, what the hell is this thing? We don't know. Name it after me.
You see a grasshopper that wants flesh.
The
But,
zombie grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Something. But okay, that's my first story because the one just freaked me out. If anybody knows what the hell that bug is, tell me, please.
Kind of hard to go off of a grasshopper with solid blades.
Leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave a comment if you have any idea.
Please, just tell me, just give me a name and I'll let you know yes or no. But alright, the second story.
I'll Google it.
Yeah. The second story comes from when I was a kid, and I don't know if you guys believe in cursed objects or anything like that, and if you believe in like cursed items or anything, but
I know Ness does.
out in the middle, I was out fishing with my dad and my brother, and there was this little island out in the middle of, well, it was like this little land bridge that led to this like little plateau in the middle, and there was a stump in the middle. So I walked out there and I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna check this place out because it's pretty cool. And
The stump.
no, on the stump itself was this little geode, and it was full of all these quartz crystals and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I can't believe somebody just left this here. And so I picked it up, and a jumping spider slowly crawled out of the geode.
No.
And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I shook it off, and I was like, stuck the thing in my pocket. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Took it home, pulled it out of my pocket, looked at it. Another jumping spider crawled out. I was like, squished it. Okay, well, I guess if there's like some eggs in here or whatever, I'll take care of it. So I soaked it in water. Okay, a few days go by, no issue, whatever. Like, cool. I'm gonna let this thing, you know, soak so that whatever's in there can, you know, be done and gone. Pull it out. Another jumping spider crawls out. Every time I touch this thing, a jumping spider would crawl out of it. So I was like, okay, well, I need to pull out the heavy guns. Soaked it in bleach. Like, okay, if this thing is going to have anything in it, it's going to die with bleach, right? So I shook it up, made sure like all the air bubbles inside were gone. Same deal. Left it there for a couple days, pulled it out of the bleach. A freaking jumping spider crawls out as soon as I pick it up. And this was like, I held on to this thing for like a good month and a half, and every single time I pick, like, you'd leave it alone, nothing would happen. It would just sit there, there's nothing crawling out of it, there's nothing going on. But every time you pick it up, another jumping spider would crawl out of it.
Are you sure it wasn't the same one going back in it?
No, because I squished it. I flicked it away, put it in my pocket. Like, this was a continuous flow of spiders coming out of this thing. And it was jumping spiders. I hate jumping spiders for the life of me. Those things are fast and
Freaky,
annoying.
they just whoosh, they're gone.
They're quick.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. So eventually I got rid of this thing because I don't like spiders, and you know this thing's obviously producing spiders. So yeah, I forget where I put it.
It wasn't a geode all along. It was a spider butt.
Something.
You're right, the whole time it was just like not even a geode. It was the entire time. It's just a big sack of spider eggs
Yeah, but it was a
that
bummer.
were tightly well knit that nothing could penetrate it.
But it was a bummer because this thing was really cool. It looked really awesome. It was just I wish it wasn't. I personally, I believe it was a cursed item. Like,
It's
You
cursed
should have
by
kept it in
spiders.
you should have kept it in a glass box. You said nothing happened if it didn't get touched.
Yeah.
You kept it in a glass box.
All right.
Probably
Well,
be a good idea, but blah.
Alright, so moving on to the next subject, we have ghost/paranormal stories. Now, I don't remember if we've done this before, but we're going to have fun with it. If you guys have any stories out there, let us know in the comments. But we're going to start BigKirby. BigKirby, do you have any of these stories?
Yeah, I have one that happened to me when I was a kid. Okay, so I don't know if anybody believes in actually hearing the dead, because when I was a kid, I could hear the dead.
Like, to what extent?
Okay, so I'll tell you my story, and you could go from there.
Okay.
All right.
hold
Okay,
on.
so
Pause. Were they talkative? Was it like, shut up already?
okay, so I was 11 years old. We moved into a mobile home, and it was a wreck, man. There was stuff all over the floor, all over the wall. My mom had to clean it before we actually moved in, because it was a disaster area. There was broken windows. I mean, this house just looked just like creepy. And you know, it was fine. And then all of a sudden, we moved in. I don't know. I say about a week later, I was hearing a fight in the house, like things breaking, a woman screaming and crying, and basically a woman getting beat,
Some domestic violence.
like really bad, like enough to spook me so bad
that I ran to my sister's room, and me and my sister didn't get along. I mean, it would freak me out so bad. No matter what I could do, I could not stop hearing this. So,
And it was only vocal, or did it have actual like physical evidence? Like
no, it was all vocal. Like I could actually hear.
So you wake up and there wouldn't be anything broken or anything?
No, it was when I was awake. I started hearing.
Well, I mean, like the next day, you check everywhere and nothing was
everything
broken.
was fine.
Huh.
Cool. So, like, I would hear this, right, and then it kept going on the whole entire time I lived there. Man, I felt like I was getting tortured. Like it scared me. Like I was hearing this woman die.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. When I got a little older, I actually asked my mom about it. I was like, you know what? You remember that house we used to live in? And I was like, so I told her the story about. I said this guy, you know, was yelling at her, and she was screaming, she was crying, he was beating her. You know, it sounded like she got stabbed, you know, and I was like, I can't figure out, you know, because I got older and I thought about it again, and she's like, you know, actually, I cleaned up a lot of blood when we moved in there. So that's what I was scrubbing, was blood. Blood was everywhere. So, and she was saying that actually a woman did die in that house.
So you had a reoccurring.
Yeah, I had like a reoccurring. So from that point on, like when I was a kid, I kept saying, nope, I don't believe it. I don't believe. I don't believe. I don't want to hear nothing. Nope.
You're in denial of it all.
Well, sorry, Kirby, you're gonna be hearing stuff tonight.
No, like that don't bother me, but like I don't like I put myself in that mindset that I don't believe, and I stopped hearing things.
Okay.
That's why I never went around cemeteries.
Children are usually more susceptible to stuff like that than adults are because their minds are still more wide open versus
Yeah,
adults.
like I hear things like little stuff here and there, and I'm just like, nope, I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I put on earphones to blare music.
Can I volunteer to go next?
It's up to K-Rex. K-Rex, do you mind letting Pitt go?
That's fine.
Alright.
Well, my story it has to do with either extraterrestrials or ghosts or something. But my family went up to Big Meadows here in California for like a day trip or something. And we had a dual sport motorcycle, dirt bike, street bike.
Enduro.
And yeah, enduro basically. And my dad's like, oh, they're having a CHP training thing up the road a little ways. Go up there and see if there's anywhere around here where we could shoot our guns, because we have some guns and stuff. We're gonna go shoot, you know, fling some cans, kind of a deal. But I ended up going up a Jeep trail, getting the bike stuck. It wouldn't even start. So I said, okay, I remember I came up this hill from that direction and I walked straight that direction. I walked all night. Well, I took a nap on the log, but anyways, in the morning, I got up and started walking again in the same direction. And I came up to a big-ass meadow, hence the name Big Meadows. And I swear I saw my little sister walking our dogs. I asked her which way the camper was from where we were. She's like, oh, it's over that way. I was like, all right, I'm going to walk right through this big-ass meadow, get soaking wet basically from my waist down as she walks the dogs around the meadow. And so I found the road, at least. And CHP officer comes zooming by and stops, slams on his brakes, backs up real fast. It's like, hey, you the guy we're looking for? I was like, I don't know, was he on a motorcycle? Yep. I was like, well then, yep, that's me. And so he takes me back to our motorhome that we had with us. And I was like, did my little sister take the dog for a walk? I asked my parents. And they're like, no, we've been here all morning. And I was like, oh. Because I swear I saw her back there. So it's, I don't know, ET or somebody helping me on my way.
Cool,
Nice.
cool.
But see, I have two.
Oh, you got two? You got another one?
Yes, I have another one.
Go for it.
I have been diagnosed with having a brain tumor that I had operated on in like 2005.
Yeah.
And I swear when I was at the hospital, I saw my second cousin. But it turns out they were never there. So I was like, what the hell? Either I was on some really good drugs or we were just seeing things. That's it.
And your second cousin is deceased, or what?
No, she's not deceased. She just lives up in Fresno.
Oh, so like mistaken identity /
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Whatever mindset I was in, that was my cousin.
Hmm.
And again, I did just have brain surgery, so.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Kira.
Alright, well, so I was like maybe 12 going on. Lived in these like really old things that were like above. They're like those tall column ones where they have a store underneath, apartment buildings on top. And they were like from like the 1800s, some shit like that. Not quite clear how long ago. So we brought in like this, and had this old TV, like large TV, and from a friend. They never had any problems with it. They got it. So one night I'm just sitting at home watching TV by myself. Gone over at a friend's house for a party. Mom was gone working, so I was home alone. And the TV just randomly shut off on me. I couldn't turn it back on. Like, I pressed the power button on the TV. Oh, I unplugged it, plugged it back in. Absolutely nothing. I could not get the TV to come back on. So I thought I broke the TV. So as I'm getting ready to call my mom to say the TV stopped working, the TV turned back on. Like, just by itself. And I'm like... So, like, 30 minutes go by. It does it again. Well, before I can even get up to go turn it back on, it turned back on by itself again. Like, maybe the wiring is all... I was just sitting there like, what the hell is going on? I tried talking to my mom about it because I called her. I was like, there's something wrong with the TV. It keeps turning on its own. You can't, like, control it. It's like, well... She thought I was, like, just sleepy or something. Tomorrow. She didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. It's like, no. Like, I literally cannot turn the TV back on. It just turns on by itself. We'll deal with it tomorrow. Just go to bed. Okay? I sit down, finish up TV, because it was like the last 10 minutes of an episode or something. And before the show even ended, I see like this flash of like light in my hallway. And keep in mind, I'm on a really high floor. No headlights that can reach my whatsoever. So like this bright white light in the shape of like some girl was standing in the hallway. She set off the whole motion lights in the hallway. And we had cats, but the cats aren't big enough or heavy enough to set off the motion lights. The cats were both sleeping next to me. So I'm sitting here going, hey, just saw some white thing over there. Ricky standing there. She was there for a good 5 seconds before it was gone. I was like, there's no way any car lights are that bright white and they can't reach up here. So it freaked me out. I called my mom again. It's like, I just saw someone in the hallway. And she's like, you need to go to bed. It's like, but I'm
down the hall.
That's where my room is. I couldn't go down the hall. I fell asleep in the living room. I could not make myself go down that hallway.
In front of that TV, though.
Yeah, well, the TV itself didn't scare me. It was the fact that she's in the hallway.
Yeah.
And blocking me from going to my bedroom because I was so scared.
That would have been before the ring came out, huh?
No.
We start getting scared of TVs with static on them and stuff.
Oh, I saw The Ring and I was never scared of that shit. That shit
I
scared me.
laughed at that movie.
No, the only movies that scared me as a kid were Nightmare on Elm Street.
I hated that dude. He messed with dreams.
Yeah, that's where I was always scared. Because that's my
dude always
faith place.
tortured me. I'm like,
Everybody's got to sleep sometime.
Right. But yeah, that was like the most freaky situation I was in. Like every other like ghost story I have is just kind of mild. Like, oh yeah, I heard this or I saw that in like this old place I wasn't supposed to be in to begin with.
It's like me. I heard somebody dying. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Old abandoned warehouses and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've gone into there and I've heard some freaky shit. Like kind of like what Kirby said, but it wasn't to his extreme.
Yeah.
I would be hearing people like screaming like they're fucking but I knew no one was in there. So I was like, okay.
I'm out.
Freaking me out. I didn't leave right away. I stayed and listened for a while. And then I ended up leaving because there was a cop. I was like, oh shit. Took off.
Time to run.
But yeah, that living room situation was just the freakiest because there was like literally a almost physical person standing in the hallway. And I want to say it was a girl because they had long hair and like a long kind of dress nightgown kind of thing. But this was back in like the 1800s. It could have been a guy in like the night gown.
It was Jesus.
I don't know what it was, but it freaked me out so bad because it couldn't have been any taller than I was. But I was terrified.
Well, you know, people were short back in the day.
It's true.
Shorter.
Oh yeah, they also turned on all the lights, bathroom, and then cause we had 2 bathrooms right across from each other,
It
and
was
then the laundry room was behind it. So all those lights were on, including the hallway light, but that's motion sensed. So I got freaked out. I had to try to go turn those lights off, and I'm like,
It was
nope,
just letting
we're
you
just
know
gonna stay
whose
on.
house it really was.
Right? I was like, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. We just live here now.
Like, take them, not me.
Right? Take them. I just live here because I got pulled in here. I'm a kid. I go where mom goes. Not my fault. I was
Talk
so
to mom
scared.
about the situation.
Right? Have a chat with mom if she'll even listen to you. If she even sees you. I don't know.
I don't like this town either.
Yeah, it was just terrifying. Luckily, the windows had that kind of like bed. Like we had the out windows.
Oh yeah.
Where it had like the really wide windowsill. Actually set up like a bed kind of thing. I stayed there. Mom came home. She's like, "What are you doing?" There was a ghost. You watched another scary movie again, didn't you? No, I was watching cartoons.
Casper.
Even worse.
It was just so funny to her, but to me, I was like, "No, that's shit's terrifying, man." It was right there.
Shit, yeah. I saw somebody down the hall.
That was a long hallway. It's like the Shining type hallway.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, because the apartments aren't built out wide; they're built out very long. So it was a long hallway.
Narrow.
It was very narrow. It was literally
the way
like the
they were
Shining.
back
I was
then.
like, nope, nope, nope.
It's because nobody was overweight back then.
This is very true. If you've ever been in an old, like, Victorian house and go upstairs,
I hit my head on everything.
the handrails are basically at your knees.
Yeah, so that was fun. That's pretty much my story.
Okay.
Alright,
Serious
move
shit.
on, Maniacal.
Alright, so I pretty much have a unlimited supply of ghost stories. Like I've drowned myself in the whole ghost world for a good chunk there, but I think I could probably. Well, I mean, now. Alright, so I'll go from the very beginning. But now I don't have to deal with any ghosts or anything like that. I think they actually avoid me. Any kind of ghosty, ghouly, spiritual things, like they just don't come near me anymore.
Yeah, they leave me alone too.
Like I'm not afraid of them. I'm not like I don't.
I'm a big man now.
It's not even
that's
that.
That's why they don't mess with you anymore.
I think
They're not afraid
honestly,
of them.
well, it's not even that. Like if I saw one, I'd be like, oh hey, how's it going? Because you don't expect it. But
Tell me to get out, I'm out.
Right?
Yep, that's what I would be. I'm like, I'm out.
Hold the door for me. I'm already on my way.
I
Let me
think
pack a
it's more.
suitcase.
I wouldn't even pack a
more.
suitcase. I'll be out.
I have a cat.
It's probably more just I have
Through the
more
cat.
control over the situation than I'd like to admit. But I'll go ahead and I'll tell you my first real ghost story, I guess. This is like back when I was a little kid. This is my first like real memory of anything taking over anything or anything like crazy like that. So I was a little kid, and sometimes I would get out of my bed and I'd crawl onto the couch and fall asleep on the couch as a kid. I don't know why I did this, because I didn't like sharing a bedroom with my brother, I guess. I just wanted to be like alone when I slept. So I would get up, I'd get out of bed, go over to the couch, and I'd lay down. And sometimes I'd just stare at the ceiling and be like, okay, this is nice. And I'd just fall right asleep. Well, this is one particular night where I don't know, the lights were dancing around a little bit weird, so I was staring up the ceiling and noticing, like, oh, hey, this is, kind of cool, because, cars driving by, whatever. But then I started noticing that there was a shadow, like, creeping up the wall. And it was, it moved slowly. It was like a solid, it looked like a slug, if you want to give it, like, a shape. And it was just slowly moving, slowly moving, slowly moving. And it got up to this, like, hanging plant. I don't know if you ever remember, like, the 1990s where everybody had, like, the hanging plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, so it crawled onto this thing, went down the little chain that was holding it up, and, like, completely engulfed this plant. Like, every little vine was covered in this darkness. And as I was watching, the darkness kind of faded away a little bit. You could still see it, but it was, like, it wasn't as noticeable. But then I started noticing that the vines and stuff like that were moving and wiggling, and it was just like it was trying to bring the plant to life. Like, it was just like, this is me now. I am the plant, kind of thing.
Shaking it around, kind of.
Yeah, and this was, for me as a kid, I was like, this is fascinating. This is like the coolest thing ever.
Fucking weird, huh?
Yeah, like, it didn't scare me. I didn't have any reason to be afraid of it. It was just a weird shadow slug. But
I guess that's what you saw it as.
yeah, and like, I guess I'll share one more story, and this kind of goes back into the shadows again. I would go into the woods a lot as a teenager, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being alone. Being alone, I would climb up trees and stuff like that, and I'd jump from tree to tree and just completely be like a little crazy ninja kid.
You monkey.
Pretty much, yeah. And I enjoyed it. I loved it. I went a little bit deeper one day, past all these picker bushes and stuff like that. Just finally decided I'm just going to go and explore some more because, hey, I need some new stomping grounds because I'm used to all these trees. And I noticed that, again, the lights were moving a little bit weird. Like, it was a little bit darker and a little bit bluer than it should be normally. So I'm like, okay, well, then you get that tingling sensation in the back of your neck. You're like, okay, well, something is a little bit off, but I'm not going to pay attention to it because, hey, this is, this
Discovering new areas.
Yeah, this is a new world. Obviously, I'm just, freaked out for whatever reason. And I started noticing the leaves rustling a little bit more, and then they just stopped dead. Like, there's no more rustling of leaves.
No sound. It's like, what the heck?
Pretty much, it's like eerily quiet. Like, it happened, and then I of course, as that happens, you pause, you start looking around, and I started noticing that these shadows that all these trees were casting started like lifting up off the ground, and these humanoid forms, like humans basically, but they weren't like fully figure-shaped forms, were rising up out of the shadows. And, as they were coming up, they were kind of like, you get the feeling that they're staring at you or looking at you like...
I'll be out.
Oh, I was. No,
I would have took off as soon as the dead silence stopped and was gone.
You've officially met the lizard aliens.
Because that's what happens in horror movies. If everything goes silent, that means you're about to die. I take off.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of messed up stuff that happened in these woods, too. It was near Detroit. But,
okay.
So, as soon as I started noticing these things were like coming towards me or looking at me, or they made themselves very known and very large, and they're like, it was like a warning almost, like, you need to get out of here. Like, we're here to either protect you or here to, scare you away, kind of thing. So, yeah, that was like when I was a teenager. That was another fun moment.
It's one of those fuck this shit, I'm out moments.
Yeah, but like I said, I got a million ghost stories, so I'll save more for another podcast or whatever here. So, yeah.
All right.
Alright, so my turn then, I'm guessing, huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so with me, I've always been kind of, I guess like K-Rex was saying, susceptible to all this stuff.
Love it.
Like, I guess even as like a small kid / baby or whatever, toddler, I guess.
I know too much of your background.
Let's just say my eyes would wander a little much. like I'd be following something with my eyes or whatever.
At nighttime when you're trying to sleep, you got one eye open looking around.
But anyways, moving past that, the first time I guess I ever really encountered anything that I can remember anyways, was we were on a trip and we were staying in a motel and a movie had just ended and it went to static. Well, I started hearing stuff and hearing voices and stuff coming from the static. And then the TV turned off, which I was fine with, so I actually explained it to my parents later that night, and in the morning, and they wouldn't really believe me, like, oh, it's probably just set on a timer, and this and that. But I don't even think timers were a thing back then that I can remember.
No, not for it to go to a static. Normally, shut it off.
Yeah. But anyways, that's when I want to say everything kind of started. Because then I started seeing, like, dismembered heads and stuff in closets, and would hear stuff walking. Huh?
I said, what shit were you on?
Like, yeah, Jesus.
That's the problem. I don't think I was on anything at that time.
You don't think?
Nowadays, though. No. Like Maniacal said, I have thousands and thousands of stories, so I'm just gonna do a little quick life things. Is I'd see toys and stuff moving on their own. I'd see, like I said, dismembered heads and stuff, or body parts just in the rooms or in the closets.
It's always amazing how there's a lack of blood with them, though.
Well, flowing blood.
Well, no, the dismembered bodies and stuff like that. There's always a lack of blood. That's the one thing I always remember
usually
about
never
it.
see like anything.
Yeah, like it wasn't dripping. It wasn't dripping blood or nothing, but I remember the eyes following me and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, that would make me want to leave forever. Like, nope, I'm
Well,
out.
I gotta
Done.
say,
Anyways, what I'm getting at here, though, is the fact that my parents never believed me until my little sister started saying the same stuff that I did as a kid to them. And then they started realizing stuff, and they started noticing stuff around the house and everything else. And it's like all of a sudden, oh, we're sorry for not believing you. Well, thanks now that I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah, that's
But,
like a lot of the parents won't believe it because they don't want to.
Yeah, denial,
It's
yeah.
because they don't see it, because their minds are extremely closed off. So technically, spirits, ghosts, whatever, even technically can't get to them because they don't believe it. They won't see it. But children, even like as small as babies, will just sit there and stare at something. Like when I was babysitting a child once, like, I was a little grown up.
Looking up in the corner of the
Babysitting a tiny
ceiling.
little baby, yeah, he's just staring at the corner of the ceiling, and it won't, like, every time I try to move him, he'll move, stare at that ceiling. I'm sitting here going, alright, I know what you're seeing, just ignore it, go to sleep. It was freaking the poor kid out. He started crying. I had to take him out of the bedroom.
Shit, yeah.
I had to take him out of the bedroom that he sleeps in, sing him a lullaby in a different room, get him to fall asleep, then take him to his room. It was just so weird because I knew what was going on, but I couldn't see it anymore.
But as a kid, I'd like see like even my sister's stuffed animals and stuff moving on their own, and my parents always thought it was a joke, but they believe me now.
I believe you now after it's already happened to like two of you.
Yeah.
Never believed the first one, but the
Didn't
second
something
one.
happen to your dad too, Ness?
Oh yeah, I've got stories all about my dad and stuff too. So it's been kind of in the family.
His dad has scars from shit.
No. His scars aren't from it. It's
Probably emotional scars.
No, yeah.
If anything, if you guys are interested in this stuff, let us know. We can share maybe a story or two per podcast or whatever. That sounds like a plan.
And I know, Ness, you and me, we did a video a long time ago that got deleted.
Yeah.
But that was a little bit too far into the realm, and we're more afraid of.
What was going on? Yeah, we got deep into that shit.
We gotta kind of censor ourselves a little bit and keep it down.
Yeah, so, okay, but moving on is basically, I've seen a lot of stuff as a kid, as a teen, as a more mature teen. I started kind of doing the whole hunting thing, and because I got interested. I wanted to find out more. As a kid, I was freaked the fuck out.
People like you die because they get too curious.
Yeah.
I actually got really curious.
Don't worry,
too,
Kirby,
as a
I'll
teen.
come back and let you know how it is on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I tried doing the whole ghost hunting thing. I actually had some friends who had like the echo readers and all that stuff. Like they were heavily into it. Awesome for me because this one, they just had their aunt or cousin. They passed away in just like before their trailer home, and they were trying to see if she was still clinging and not passing like she's supposed to. So we all did that. And I didn't know the person, so obviously I didn't get anything. But her family members, who were my friends at the time, they were feeling it, but obviously I didn't know her, so I obviously wasn't feel her or know what's going on because she didn't know me.
You were in the circle as a bystander, basically.
Yeah, so a lot of other people got to pick it up for me. They got because they were in a different room.
Long story short, I am a believer in not only like ghosts and that kind of paranormal stuff, but other things too, which I have stories on that stuff too.
Well, I'm glad after hearing your stories, I only hear them.
I thought I shared some with you. But anyways, yeah, if you guys are interested, let us know. Maybe me and Maniacal and anyone else who's interested could do a whole video on like paranormal stories and stuff like that. That'd be kind of fun.
Let's go on a ghost
It'd
hunt.
be spooky. Right? We could just do a whole vlog of ghost hunting.
Actually, the one time I actually did go, like, I'll admit to this. The one time I did go ghost hunting, I was with a few people. They never saw anything, but they were really into it. And the first time I did it, like, I was the magnet for it. They had all kinds of pictures of stuff that was like outlines of bodies and stuff like that. And they had these cameras fixed on these dials. We set them all to 0, and we walked around for a little bit. And you could see the camera; they were all turning ever so slightly, and they all went to like these different codes and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun for me because I mean, like, I nowadays, like I said, the stuff avoids me like the plague because I learned a little bit too much of stuff. And anyway, but they were magnetized to me. I swear, like everything, they just loved me for some stupid reason. I don't know why. So,
You were a possible victim.
no, I was never a victim. They weren't aggressive toward me.
See, you put like, maybe you give off a lot more like magnetic fields. That's
Energy.
what they'd gravitate towards.
I mean, I could probably say it's
From
probably
their
like
manifestation.
yeah, it's probably like a family thing or something. Bloodline or some stupid crap. Who knows?
So yeah, like I was saying though, if you guys are interested in these stories, let us know.
Yeah. Like I said,
I've got tons of them.
Yeah.
I never went hunting because I was afraid I would find the bad one. Because that was my luck. If you hear somebody getting killed, you would not want to go hunting.
Yeah, don't go looking that way because there's some shit going on.
Well, that's the only ones I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Alright, so next subject, as always, because what we're based around is video games and games in general. So we're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to, what's coming out, and what we're waiting on, and what just came out. Don't forget what just came out that we have been playing. You want to go down the list here, Maniacal, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we can start with Kirby, or we can just go with whoever wants to talk first.
Let's just go to, because I know everybody got stuff to say on this topic, so go ahead, Kirby, take it away.
Me? Man, I haven't been in the game in so long, I can't even pay attention to what's coming out now. What I look forward to the most is Division 2. That's my number one game I'm looking forward to right now. I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. And just look forward to we actually been trying to beat the other one that we have. Me and Ness have.
The Division 1?
Yeah, the original Division.
Yeah.
We're getting back into that a little bit.
If you guys want to see videos on that, let us know in the comments, and maybe me and Kirby can do some recordings on it.
Yeah. Let's see. We've been playing the Division. We've been playing the Crew 2, which that one's really fun. The Pokey 1, that's fun too. Reminds me of when I was a kid.
Nostalgia.
Yep. I did order one of the Super Nintendos that have 500 games on it.
Oh, did you?
I cannot wait till I get it.
Sweet.
I cannot wait till I get it. Just to bring back my childhood.
At least a little bit of it. Huh.
Yeah. Man, maybe we could record some of that.
That would be fun.
Nintendo's a little bit fishy about what they let out, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but we can kind of
go for fun, anyways.
Yeah, we could figure out something.
Maybe.
Let's see, is there anything else? I thought there was something else that I was looking forward to, but I can't remember now. All I got's work on my mind, and it's making me mad.
I don't mean to laugh, but you know, that's kind of fucked up.
That's why we do this, though. This is our escape from that. This is us venting and, you know, feeling that we have a little bit of control over our lives.
Good luck with that one.
Right.
I'm also looking forward to some free time to actually play games.
It'll come. Just think of money, though.
Sooner or later. Hopefully before you pass.
But I think that's pretty much it. All I got. I can't remember anything else right now.
Well, I mean, that opens the floor up for a lot of other stuff.
Alright, so then next up, K-Rex.
Oh, where do I begin?
Back there.
At the subject.
So, as I said at the beginning of this video, I am an avid World of Warcraft player. I love the game. I play every single day. Like a bunch of just random stuff, even if it's just old content, new content, whatever. So, Battle for Azeroth comes out in a couple weeks. Next expansion. So I'm gonna have so much stuff to do. Going through the new expansion. So that's one thing I'm excited about. It's literally in like 2 weeks, I think. 2-3 weeks. Ugh. It can't come fast enough though. Because I need new stuff. I'm already getting stuff.
More things.
I need more things to do, even though I have like 700 things to do right now. Game. I'm never bored. Having something to do. Then there's like the older players who like are old veterans who already done all this old. I started in Mists, which is like their 5th expansion. So everything is still technically new to me, but a lot of other veteran players may not agree with me. They've seen all this old stuff and they're like, oh well, I've already done that. Now I'm bored until the next expansion drops. Like, for me, it's like, I gotta get to do this. I get to do this. I haven't done this yet. Let's go do this. I get excited about everything when it comes to this. Even the game doesn't, like the design details for the next expansion, I got like so giddy over. My boyfriend had to tell me to shut up. Because they have actual like full-on immersion NPCs now. They're leaning on walls, they're crossing their arms and just hanging out instead of just standing there, sitting down. So yeah, I got excited about the small stuff. The little things that matter in life.
At least you're detail oriented.
Hey, as a gamer, the little stuff counts.
Exactly. Yeah. What else? Recently I just finished Pokemon Ultra Sun. I'm actually going through post-game right now in the Rainbow Rocket hideout stuff. Doing that right now. Still having some issues getting through some of the puzzles. One of them, like so many rooms connected. I stepped on one thing and it sent me all the way back to the beginning. I was like, fuck! Where do I go? Let's see.
I remember beating that.
I've just beat it because I was taking my time going through every single every item.
It's like
everything.
It'd be like playing Diablo and opening the whole map.
I'm a completionist. That's basically what I do. Is I go through and I get everything I can in a game, so I can get like achievements or the item, every Pokemon I can get in that game. Yes, well, Pokemon was where I became the completionist, where I had to.
That's the whole saying.
Collect everything. And then when I started playing World of Warcraft and other games, like started playing Mass Effect a long time ago, and I kept going through to get the different endings, to get achievements. Same thing with like my Dead Space series. I went back to a lot of games and just tried to get those achievements. Some of them are freaking hard, and I nearly smashed my controller half the time. I got so mad when I would see like, oh, achievement failed. God fucking! Ah!
Throw it on the floor.
Yeah, I can be a little bit of a rager.
What do the controllers do to you?
The controller is
Dylan, listen to my
bullshit. It's not
fingers.
fault. The controller lagged. It's not my fault.
Damn it, input lag.
You're supposed to use USB 3.0.
I use wireless.
Oh, that's your problem.
There's a problem right there.
I haven't played a console game in a while. I'm in most.
You just need to get an Xbox 360 remote and plug it in.
I mean, I have an Xbox 360. It just kind of sits there now, though.
Yeah.
What's an Xbox? Anyways,
Halo.
Yeah, they call it an Xbox, but it's really not a box.
Or an X.
Or an
It's got
X.
The original one was.
The very, very original design was supposed to be, but it didn't come out that way.
No, it didn't even come out like a box.
The GameCube was more of a box, or the,
That
literally,
was a box.
That
it
was,
was
that was an
literally a
actual
cube.
cube.
Yeah.
I love
I still
that
have my
console.
GameCube.
So do I.
I also have my original NES that I started playing just a couple weeks ago.
Lucky.
Playing Super Mario 3.
Oh, with Duck Hunt?
No, that's for Super Mario.
No, it's Super Mario 3.
Oh.
3 is the one with the feather.
Yeah, where you had a raccoon tail and stuff.
The raccoon one? Yeah, that was fun too.
Cooney.
So fun. Alright.
Alright, let's
I could go on forever, so let's just move on before.
Next up is Maniacal.
Yay. Alright, so, big one I'm still looking forward to. I might have mentioned this in like one of the recordings or whatever. But Resident Evil 2 is... I'm so looking forward to that remake.
Yes, yes.
I just want it.
Are they still linked with the BioShock, or was
What
that
do you-
the same game, or what?
No, it's a remake of Resident Evil 2 from PlayStation days.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, but they're redoing it and they're making it into a over-the-shoulder style game with a lot of different stuff. They're trying to match it up as much as possible to the original
Kind of
release
a
station and stuff like that, but
third-person view kind of deal?
over-the-shoulder.
Yeah,
So, like,
when are they gonna make that game a multiplayer game?
I
That
don't
would be
think they
a
can.
third-person, I believe, though.
It's kind of cool to run with a buddy.
Yeah, the only Resident Evil ones you can do, there are 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have both of them.
I love the movies. I never really got into the games.
Those
I love
games
the
used to
games.
piss me
Yeah,
off
they're
every
so
time I play them.
Yeah.
Dude, I played the first one like it was no tomorrow on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
When it came out on PC.
Oh man, I remember those.
Yeah, I have the HD remake on my Steam. Thinking about doing a playthrough of that. That's just
Like,
memories.
I still have my original PlayStation.
Me too. I also have my
remember.
PlayStation 2.
I have 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, I don't have anything past 2. I couldn't afford those.
I never got on with PlayStation. I was always
And
a
then I have
kid.
Nintendo. I have my original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, 64, GameCube. I still have it all.
Nice. I don't have any of it. I have a I don't even have a PlayStation anymore. Jeez.
I used to have the Atari, but then that burned up in one of my house fires.
I used to have an Atari, but it blew up.
Anything else?
You
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The graphics.
Okay, any hoozle. I'm gonna steal Ness's words there. I am also looking back at some of the games that came out in the recent past, like The Witcher 3. Now, I've played Witcher 1, I've played a little bit of Witcher 2. Never actually beat the games, but everybody keeps ranting and raving about how great The Witcher 3 is. And I've been looking at it like, man, I might actually want to try to play this because I enjoy the first couple games. Why wouldn't I enjoy the third? Because apparently it won Game of the Year and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And like all these major YouTubers / people that are talking about games are saying this game is worth every of the 80 hours that they put into it. So yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm looking at the future with Resident Evil 2 and looking at the past. Like, I might want to get some of these games that just came out.
The 80 hours and $40 I paid for it with.
They might be cheaper now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games I want to get that came out. Well, I guess they're going to sit in the wish list for a while.
Yeah, no joke.
That's pretty much my spiel on games. I don't have any money to buy any good games.
But what are you looking forward to?
I don't know. Nothing really.
There's got to be something that's coming out here in the future that you...
Draw out some names, I'll see if I like them.
How about you just look them up?
So in other words, Pitt's got nothing.
It's got nothing.
I might.
It'll come up in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's
It
about
looks
right.
like golf.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not the crappy golf that Ness always wants to play.
That's the
But-
good one.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You talking about Golf It?
Yeah.
I like that
I don't even
game.
have Golf It. I have Golf with friends, but I don't have Golf It. I thought they were the
Golf It-
same game, so I didn't buy the second one.
No,
No,
Golf It is a whole
Golf
different
it
deal.
is
It's
That's the
awesome.
whole point.
of being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it
Are you?
fun.
It makes it challenging.
Okay, that's getting bleeped.
Yeah.
Why?
Guess what they said here? Boop. Anyways, I guess
You have
on to me then, huh?
You have
Yeah.
to leave the. You have to leave if you're gonna bleep it. You have to leave the. Okay. You just leave
He'll
it retarded.
think about it. He'll think about it. I am his mind right now. Anyways, my turn. Of course, everything was just announced, and I'm super even over hyped. Even just give it to me now. As the crow once said, "Let me smash."
That's what I was thinking.
As you
Oh
said.
my god! Every character is back in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Waluigi.
You know we are
Yeah,
going to
there's
be
no
having
Waluigi.
Smash nights.
We have
I said,
to, man. I'm looking
I
forward
said
to it.
back. I didn't say Waluigi's coming in. I'm saying every character in past Smash history is returning,
Wow.
Hopefully, skills too.
and a few new ones.
Cool.
And I'm just super.
Just a few?
Yeah. So far, the only two newcomers is Ridley and not Ice Climbers. Inklings.
I thought there
I'm
was
sure
somebody
people
else.
complain enough.
No, those
like,
are the only two new characters coming in. Everybody else is a returning champion from the
I
old
thought
game.
they announced somebody else.
No, that's it.
Well, then
Inklings?
might be like a DLC.
Inklings from Splatoon and Ridley from Metroid.
Be like a $5 DLC.
yeah, probably. If enough people complain, I'm sure Nintendo would be like, fine, have your fucking Waluigi.
Why
As
not
long as,
we
Kirby,
let the
as long
bad
as
guy-
Kirby's in there, I'm happy.
Yeah.
He's got some new shit too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yay!
Who's your Smash character? I'm just gonna ask you because these guys all have their Smash characters. Mine's Samus. What is yours?
Who?
Kira.
Kira. Who's
Oh.
your Smash character?
That's a good fucking question. I've only actually really played Super Smash Bros. Melee, so
Okay.
probably.
That's like the best one.
I know. I don't remember who I mained though, because I played a lot of different ones. I can't remember who I mained. I say Zelda for a while.
Okay.
I switched around a lot, so I didn't really have a specific one. I would play for months on end on one, switch it up when I got bored, decide to try something else. But I'm pretty sure I played Zelda the most.
Cool.
I just want to play the whole joke here. Oh yeah, so you like his arrow shooting and sword techniques?
Oh yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna cut that out.
No, that's staying in.
That's staying in. So everyone can know why we got mad.
Is that related to stormtroopers?
Oh my god.
And Pitt don't get it. Cool. That is definitely staying in.
Okay, well, I want to know, is that slightly related to stormtroopers?
No,
What the fuck are
you
you
nowhere
talking
near
about?
related to Stormtrooper.
With the horrible aim and all that good stuff.
No, Zelda is the female character, and Maniacal
Oh.
is talking about Link.
Okay, yeah.
There's a common
Oh
misconception.
my god,
it's
the
Zelda.
explanations were needed that day.
Of course.
And then it happened.
Anyways, been
Because I
playing
made
the
it
hell,
happen. No,
been
because I
playing
made
the
it
hell
happen.
out of the crew too. Loving that game. I wish it was a little more story oriented though. Like the crew one had such an awesome story,
Storyline, yeah.
and the fact that you can play through that story with friends made it even cooler. Now this one is based all around multiplayer for the most of it, and I mean it's awesome and all, but I would like a little more story than just, oh, you're looking to be the best.
Oh,
You need more guidance.
speaking of stories, I just thought of the other one that I actually am excited to see.
Hmm.
The Walking Dead Season 4.
Oh, okay.
I love story games. Like, they are my favorite. They're like the bread and butter for me. Story-oriented games. So I played Season 1, 2, and Tale series. And the final season of Clementine's story comes out this year. The same day Battle for Azeroth comes out, mind you. So I got 2 games coming out on the same day.
No choices.
I know, and I was like, do I want to play story? Do I want to play... do I want to kill shit? Or do I want to feel? Do I
want to kill shit or do I want to kill shit?
Do I want to kill shit for fun or kill shit to live?
Fun.
Okay, let's see. Pokemon Let's Go. I'm still excited for that. There's been a lot of new announcements on that as well. And I've actually picked up more and more Pokemon Go recently due to the fact that trading and stuff is going to be going from your phone to your console in that.
You're welcome.
It is going to be multiplayer on the same TV. So basically, like, Kirby can come over here, we can live stream it, and both be playing some Pokemon Let's Go.
Man, we kind of skipped this, but I mean, Kirby mentioned it lightly, but Poke 1.
And then I was gonna get to that. We've been playing the hell out of Poke 1. I can't wait. They say it's still beta, but I mean, it's running pretty damn good. They have their ups and downs due to server issues and how many people are.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, you guys are hella far from me now, aren't you?
Kinda, but not really.
You can still catch up within a couple hours.
Yeah, easily. And then like with mine and Maniacal's help, you'd be rushed through that probably 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Still need that link.
So it's multiplayer. It's developed by fans. You can check it out on mine and Maniacal's channel and coming soon to Kirby's.
I haven't actually pulled one out yet.
Well, I'm saying you are going to, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's double battles, triple battles, there's a guild system, trading items, trading currency, trading Pokemon. It's straight out of the original games, going through Kanto. Me and Maniacal are going through Kanto right now. Pitt and Kirby are joining us as well. And, I mean, the gyms are the same. The mazes are the same. The puzzles are the same. It's a straight nostalgia trip. And the fact that you can go, say you finish your Kanto, you can go over to Johto afterwards. And from what I've read, they're going to continuously be putting out as soon as things are done. So there'll be new region. It's going to be ongoing. It's going to be the Pokemon worlds that everybody has ever wanted, where it's going to be all regions wrapped up into one game, and that's if they don't get shut down. I'm really hoping not. Pokemon Company, if you're out there, please let this one slide. This is awesome. This is what you guys need to have done. Or
adopt it.
Or go into business with these guys. They've done a fantastic job. It's not full 3D like the new Pokemon games are, where you have your 3-dimensional sprite running around and everything. This is literally maybe Heart Gold, Soul Silver-ish looking as far as characters go.
Kind of close.
But yeah, so it's kind of 3DS. No, wait, is it 3D? Sorry. Anyways, what I'm getting at is it's an awesome game. I've fallen in love with it. It's brought me back to the past, and I'm wanting to plow through it crazily.
I just want to get, for our recordings, I would love to at least get to Mewtwo and beat the Kanto region.
And if you guys want to see more of it, let us know.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, I feel like we've accomplished at least the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't get shut down before that point.
Yeah.
Nintendo, we love you, but let this happen. Let it happen.
Please.
Let it happen.
Please. I'm begging you.
Oh, what happened? Anyways, what else? There's still quite
Humanity's shut down.
Is it shut down?
Yeah, the servers aren't really on the XYZ site. Yeah, I was wishing that would stay up, but I think we still might be able to host a personal server with that. Mm-hmm. So I might have to look into that if we do look at recording in the future with that. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing that we might have to look into.
Also, they got an app for that.
They always have an app for that.
I'm actually serious. I have it downloaded already. There's a Cards Against Humanity app.
Yeah, but I don't think we can record
Yeah, that wouldn't really be that possible to record it and all that.
Well, if you have a screen recorder, you do that, and then you load that onto your
That's how we
computer, and you record your audio through your computer, and you do your little clap sync, and ta-da! It's a little more editing, but hey, it's there.
Yeah.
Some people have gone to college for editing videos and posting shit. But I
Might have to get a couple classes extra.
Yep.
for some few extra credits.
I know there's a few other games that are coming out that I'm looking forward to, but I think those are the main ones that I can think of offhand right now. The Crew 2 just hit. I'm happy about it. I'm loving it. They got new content planned to come out soon and in the future. Another one I'm looking forward to, and I know, Maniacal, you're not big on racing games and stuff, but
I like racing games.
Forza Horizon 4 is looking clean.
Yeah.
It's looking
Yeah,
clean.
I'm not a big fan of racers.
Yeah. So that, and then in a few days, supposedly the Nightlife or whatever it's called, DLC for GTA is hitting. That seems like some fun that we can have for maybe an hour.
I just hope it's not here's another way to make money in the game. Like, I hope it's actually introducing more heists and missions and like big things.
Yeah. Like Kirby said, I'm looking forward to the Division 2. The first one was awesome. I hope they don't screw with the formula too much because I want it to be awesome again.
The Division 2.
And I want to say that's about it right now. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Going for hours.
Oh yeah, I can go on for days with just random games and stuff like that. But I'm saying those are the ones that I am most hyped for that are going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Alright, so
Maniacal.
Alright, so now is the time that I get to talk about something that I honestly is catching a lot of people off guard, and it's even kind of caught me off guard a little bit myself. I've extended an olive branch out, and I felt really bad because after the whole scenario of what happened a couple months ago with Godsend, I don't know, I felt bad. Like, I felt like a little bit of a jerk towards the guy, and I don't know, I felt justified in my actions. I still do, and I still stand by what I said. But I broke out of my, I'm angry at him shell, and I said, hey, I'm going to watch a video of his, because I'm curious, what is he doing, what is he up to nowadays, because, I don't know, I don't see the guy as a bad guy. I think he's a decent human being, at least at his core. And I said, hey, nice video, you might need to work on your audio a little bit to the guy. And, eventually he reached back out to me. He's like, he apologized, and he talked to me for a little bit about it. He said a lot of different stuff. It was a decent conversation, and he more or less said, I kind of miss being with the group. And I was like, you know what? I'll like I said before, I'll extend the olive branch out, and hopefully we can resolve whatever bullshit we had, because at this point it really just is bullshit. So I talked to him for a little bit, brought him back into the group, and now I'm letting him kind of reintroduce himself back into the group, and I kind of want to see how he interacts with everybody, and I really want to see if he's actually going to try to make up, I don't know, like at least try to talk
Change
to
a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least be a little bit more courteous to other people. Like I said before, that's the big thing for me, is I want to see a form of change in him where he's not completely trying to force other people to do everything he wants to do, but he's actually understanding and just trying to work with other people. And I've seen a little bit of that, but I've also seen some repeating patterns from before. So, not going to say, I'm going to record with him just yet, but we'll see how it goes. I might try.
Maybe with some of the new GTA stuff.
Yeah.
Because Warframe, he plays that on a constant basis, and I know that's his thing. That's cool. I respect him for it.
Most of those
But
grinding
at the same time, I'm not that into it. I tried, and it was fun for maybe half an hour, but it's real grindy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit there for 3 hours grinding the same level to get one piece of equipment that I have to use to get another piece of equipment.
Mhm.
And I mean, it looks like it could be a fun game. It really does. Not putting nothing on Warframe is just not for me. Black Desert Online, I've kind of grown away from. I don't even know if he plays that still. It's died down. It's died down a lot.
Yeah.
I could jump back on it. It could be fun. It could be a fun role-play experience too. But at the same time, I'm not about paying for cosmetics and stuff like that, and that gets grindy as well. Now, if we did something stupid role-play-wise with it, it'd be awesome. But as far as like a strategy type game and just grinding for hours, yeah, I can pass. See, like with Poké 1 and stuff like that, going back to that, there's a story to follow. And the fact that they have introduced where you can do it with your friends now, just makes it awesome. That's my opinion. Godsend to me, I have no problems with the guy. He seems like a cool guy. He needs to open his library more.
I agree.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
we'll
I'm
see
not
how it
gonna-
all plays out.
Yeah,
think
I have
it's the
nothing
biggest
against him. He seems like a really cool guy. And I mean, I was cool with him. I was friends with him and stuff like that. And then everything went and happened, and we're reaching out again.
Yeah. I'm just trying not to write the guy off. I hate the feeling that like I cause some sort of drift between people and stuff like that. So yeah, whatever. Guy pissed me off.
My saying about the whole thing is like, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
You just gotta learn from your mistake and try to correct, what you did and show us that you changed.
Yeah. True friends are the ones that'll give you that other chance.
Yeah, I would
And
say.
that's what we're doing here.
I mean, I have nothing against the guy either. You just gotta be more of a team player.
Don't write anybody off really until.
Yeah, it's like we can't be recording something and then him jump in and be like, "Oh, well, you want to play this? Why not? Why not?" Pitt.
What?
Sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Don't make me
I was
do
gonna
that
say
right
I don't really have any comments.
Yeah.
I didn't know the guy very well.
There's like, who the fuck is Godsend?
No, I know who he is. I talked to him a couple times, and
Oh.
he actually played Cards Against Humanity with us that one time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're making me want to play that game. Stop.
I'm
Not
sorry.
working.
Download it on
Servers
the Apple Shop and Google Play.
Well,
Yeah, well, I don't have the screen projector right now for my phone.
we could potentially download it from a source and play it via solo servers on our own.
True.
Let me look into it and I'll see what I can do with that. There's a potential for us to do that, but it might take a little bit of finagling. And
Yeah, all I'm saying is, even if you're broke or having financial troubles, that's your own thing. And if you can't play what we're playing, there's plenty of free stuff. Pokemon is free to play. There's plenty of free stuff that we play.
And there's also
it's just
games that we play too.
Yeah, it's just open a little bit,
Isn't Fortnite free?
Fortnite's free.
All right, yeah, let's play. I'm playing.
Here
we go.
Damn it! I started playing.
It's just I'm hoping that we see a little more openness with him. That's the only complaint I would say I have, and it's not really a complaint. It's more like a courtesy, please.
well, my biggest thing is just don't get pissed off if people aren't playing what you're playing.
Yeah,
That's the same thing we said before. Just don't get pissed off at us because we're not playing the game you want to play.
yeah.
You guys are pissing me off. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
With a face like that, Pitt? No. No, I've used that one before. Anyways,
Don't use
I
my
think
face.
that's gonna do it for this podcast, though. What do you guys think?
I
Don't
think
use
I
my
agree.
face. Don't use
All
my
right.
face.
Now listen to Pitt, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to smack that like button. It's always appreciated.
Smack it hard.
Everybody here, it will be plugged in the description down below. That will be ManiacalMatter on YouTube. Myself, Ness559. You can find me on Twitch streaming here and there, and on YouTube for sure. DarkPitt, he's at home. KRX will be linked in the description. I believe it's K-Rex Gaming.
Yep.
And BigKirby, you can find him on YouTube and streaming on Twitch sometimes.
Yeah, barely.
Barely, but you are there. You can find him there. Also,
I don't have time to do both.
Yeah. Also, Twitter accounts. You can find us all on Twitter. If you guys want to plug your own Twitter, I'm Ness559 on Twitter.
And of
Kirby,
course,
do you have a
join us if you want to play.
Yes. Do you have a Twitter, Kirby?
Yes, I do.
Name it?
BigKirby_GameOver.
All right. KRX?
Yeah, mine's X.
Maniacal?
I'll link it in the description. It's ManiacalMatter, or it's probably maybe it might be Ryan_Wicker, but I'll see what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where you guys can find us, and you can also find us, like Kirby said, in game. Any of the games that we have listed, any of the games coming out. Join us. If you guys are curious about which games, let us know, and we'll let you know what we have it and for what platform. Usually it's just PC. Sorry for all console gamers out there.
And we are also the crew that don't care how you play, if you play good or you play bad. Come join
Yeah,
us.
we're in it for fun. That's what we're about.
Yep.
So yeah, leave us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe to all of us if you guys wouldn't mind. And with that, all you powerful people out there, keep at it.
Let's play golf with friends.
That's staying in. All right, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.
I meant to do that anyways.